Good evening, pirates and pirettes. Welcome to the one, the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network live here on YouTube and our Twitch channel. Make sure that you guys hit the like button. Also hit the subscribe to the channel, and enjoy the live chat. Drop some comments. We're going to be displaying them on screen. You know, make you guys have the ability to make the show even more interesting than, quite frankly, what it's already going to be. We have a very, very action-packed show for you guys here on Rumboyz After Dark. Ladies and gentlemen, the sun is setting here in Colorado over the beautiful Rocky Mountains, over Garden of the Gods and Pikes Peak. We got cold brews. We are ready to make it do what it do. But first things first, we gotta go ahead and we gotta pay some bills. We gotta take care of some ads, take care of our sponsors, all that good stuff. So y'all already know. You see the logo right here, all 22. Yeah, right there. My hand like disappeared in the green screen, but it's all good. All 22, the brand new fantasy football platform powered by the homies over at PFF. Make sure you head over to all22.com right now. Like, do it right now. Like, while you're watching this, open up another tab and go check it out. All right. Go sign up for all 22. You see the bottom ticker, promo code Rumboyz in all caps, promo code Rumboyz. All right. We're going to give you 40% off your all 22 subscription. You're probably like, Robbie, what the hell is all 22? All 22. Think of it like your Madden franchise mode, if you will. Okay. Finally, in fantasy football, you have the ability to get points off them big boy touchdowns, them offensive linemen that's getting out there and getting to it. You're even going when Hecker makes one hell of a punt, you will get points for it as well. When Myles Garrett is coming off the edge, or when Micah Parsons is just being an absolute animal, you're going to get points for it. We're drafting linemen, punters, kickers, defense, receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, all 22, baby. Go check it out, all22.com. Promo code Rumboyz, 40% off your subscription. You know, in this economy, you got to save money, baby, each and every way that you can. Speaking of money, shmoney. Shout out to Bobby Schmurder for that little drop right there. I should have just like edited that one in. Ladies and gentlemen, monkeyknifefight.com. and Monkey Knife Fight available on iOS and Android, so you can download it on one of these things if you got a cell phone. If you're still trapping, it's all good. I understand if you got the flip phone. If you got a smartphone, iOS and Android, monkeyknifefight.com. Promo code Rumboyz, again, all caps, okay? We are going to be hooking you guys up with a 100% match on your very first deposit all the way up to $100. On top of that, my sponsors over at Monkey Knife Fight are going to also give you a free play voucher worth up to $5 so you can just start, messing around and doing some things. So, hey, you put down 50, I'm going to match you on that 50 when you use my promo code Rumboyz, our promo code Rumboyz. You want to put down 20? I'm going to match you on that 20. You want to play the full hundo? Go ahead and get your money's worth. Great value when you utilize promo code Rumboyz. Last but not least, we're just going to move that right there. Voila. Stacks. Download the Stacks app. Make content seamlessly with some of your favorite content creators. Big things are about to be popping over on the Stacks app. We've been having some great meetings. Make sure you guys download the Stacks app. You can get the Stacks app whenever you Google stacksapp.io. Available on iOS and Android. Make content very seamlessly with some of your favorite content creators. If you have a fantasy football question, you could go on the Stacks app, ask your fantasy football question in a video format, and one of us will answer it. All right. If you got a gambling question, go on the Stacks app. We can answer your question. If you just want to talk sports, no matter the sport, and you got a topic that you're thinking of and you want to get feedback on it, you could go back and forth on the Stacks app. It's very seamless video thread platform. Think of it like TikTok for sports without all the dancing and shit. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, you already know what we got to do. This show ain't about me. It's about you and the pirate crew backstage. Ladies and gentlemen, first up. He has been with the Rumboyz for a long time. You can also catch him on Going for Two. Give it up. It's Drop the Mic. FF.
What's up, Friday? It's Friday night. I got off a little bit early. It's a 3-day weekend. Let's go!
Bro, I'm sure when you said Friday, right? Like, I'm sure that there is a video of me and a couple of like my airman homies, like back in like 2009 with the "It's Friday, Friday, gotta get down on." Bro, yeah. There's definitely it's somewhere out there. I'm sure.
Or is it like this? It's a Friday night and I feel all right. This is how we do it.
Nah, it wasn't that song. We were cornier than that. Ladies and gentlemen, he is the patron saint of fantasy foosball. Okay, yo, that would be crazy if there was fantasy foosball. But shout out to Boucher. He is the patron saint of fantasy foosball. My mama said he's a damn good fantasy football player. Give it up for Saint Pat FF.
What's up, guys? I'm showing up here like I'm a real life 4, a 6 on camera with the confidence of an 8 who thinks she did something in the TikTok comments section and the attitude of a fucking 9. I'll cut a bitch tonight. I don't even care. I've got nowhere to be for 3 days. I can fuck shit up. Let's go.
We about to put the whole entire fantasy football content creation upside down on his fucking head. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, last but not least,
Pat's been drinking.
No, Rachel was slow clapping for me.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, last but certainly not least, he is a best ball beast. If you are playing best ball this season, he is going to have a feast. Give it up for Pigs.
What's up, guys? It's another week, another Friday, another tired Friday for me, but we're getting there.
Well,
and I kind of want to see Pat cut a bitch because that'd be kind of cool. I'm very interested in that.
Does Wayne Brady have to cut a bitch? Hey, shout out to Hoof. We got the homie. Hey, I'm glad that you enjoyed that intro. I got to get it updated. But shout out to the homie Steven Roto putting together my intros. Actually, speaking of intros, you guys if you guys check out It's a Vibe over on my other YouTube channel. Well, it's not my YouTube channel. It's Marcus Grant's YouTube channel. I just help cooperate the motherfucker. But if you guys are a fan of Marcus Grant, you guys are a fan of me, then go check out go check out It's a Vibe on 32-bit. That's 30, the word 2, BIT. Ladies and gentlemen, go check it out. Go check out It's a Vibe. The homie Raj put together a really dope intro that you guys are going to enjoy. And we'll be premiering that intro next week, but it's at the end of this week's episode of It's a Vibe. So go check it out. A little sneak preview. Fellas, y'all ready to make it do what it do?
Let's go, baby.
A great man by the name of Ray Charles once said, "I'm gonna make it do what it do, baby." Oh my gosh, Payne!
Dang!
We ain't even started drinking yet.
I know.
Hey, cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do? Let's get litty. 3-day weekend.
Can we clip that?
Happy 4th of July to everybody. All right. Y'all ready to talk some NFL and raise hell?
Duh.
Hell yeah.
Did you have to ask?
We're gonna raise hell and praise Dale tonight.
What do I do all day?
So you guys hearing about this whole potential? We're gonna start off on college football because college obviously affects how these rookies get drafted, and it's a big money maker, especially now with name, image, and likeness being implemented into the NCAA. So it was it's USC and UCLA, right?
USC and UCLA.
Yeah. So California love trying to make their way into the Big Ten. What does this mean for college football within just that portion of it? But then more importantly, how does it affect name, image, and likeness and independent teams, as well, these smaller programs, so on and so forth. And we start with Drop the Mic.
So I am going to preface this by saying I am a UCLA fan, so this news hit a little closer to home because Robbie knows those Southern California schools are what I like to talk about, good and bad. This means it's the end. It's the beginning of the end of the Power Five. Period. That's what the big picture is right away. You're going to have the SEC. You're going to have the Big Ten. You might have one other big conference. Maybe it's the ACC gets other people. Maybe the Big 12 gets other people. It's the other thing is geographic. Now that you have literally pulled a team from way geographically different, I know you have New Jersey with Rutgers going to the Big Ten, but you also have Texas is somewhat in the South, so that's okay. But when you have a school that you can almost see the ocean out at Brentwood, all the way to the Big Ten, and the nearest school is what, Nebraska or Iowa? This, to me, is going to prove to college football that geographic does not matter anymore. So you might see Boise State in the freaking ACC. You could see it doesn't matter anymore. The biggest thing to me, this is all about TV. The Pac-12 network absolutely sucks. And you're not able to watch as many games of the big ones because they are on that network. Big Ten is about to make a big deal sooner or later, and other Pac-12 schools have already asked the Big Ten, but the Big Ten has told them, we're not going to make a decision on you guys until we hear back from who? The Golden Domers and Notre Dame, which means this is a bigger play.
I want to play for Pang's name, image, and likeness. Kinky. Fucking love it. I love it. Pat. By the way, shout out to St. Pat FF being a show writer today. Greatly appreciate you. Thank you. How do you feel, Mr. Show writer extraordinaire, producer extraordinaire, co-producer tonight?
Like, can I get that in the credits afterwards? Like in the outro?
I don't think our budget allows credits. Actually, our budget did get bigger. Hold on, we actually might be able to do that. Thank you for that idea. Continue
I just wanted in the scrolling bar at the bottom. Like,
as long as I can put that on my Twitter.
Replace
I can put that on my Twitter bio. Co-producer.
Semi-executive. Anyway. What does this mean? I think I see the NIL deals and the Big Ten's expansion into whatever Big 18, Big 19, whatever it is now, is a continuation of the funnel that we see from college sports right now, where everything's funneling up to these major four conferences. And if you've been able to build a college football program as a smaller conference school, independent, you need to be jumping ship into a major conference to make sure that your team gets a shot at doing anything in terms of national product. If you want a chance to win a national championship, you need to be in a Power 5 school, or Power 5, likely Power 4 school, as the Pac-12 is going to disintegrate, or whatever it is now. Pac-10, Pac-12, Big 12 is
back to 12.
Yeah. Is it back to 12? It's doo-doo butter.
Mm-hmm.
Doo-doo butter.
It's Cincinnati. It's Cincinnati and Houston.
Yep. So when it comes down to things, geography doesn't matter anymore for college sports. You're not having these road trips for your away games. You're not taking the bus like you used to. These teams are flying. They're taken care of. They're put up in nice hotels. They're taken care of. Let it be. I'm excited for what it means for college football. I think it's going to improve the quality of these top games. But the funnel is going to continue to funnel up, and we're going to continue to see a lot of the same teams that we know and love. So,
okay. By the way, if you guys are in the chat, make sure that you do share the content on all social media. That's right, all of your social media platforms: your Snapchat, your Instagram, your Twitter, Stacks app.
I love what Hoof said. I love what Hoof said.
Yeah, about it screwing Wisconsin.
I think Annie Agar said earlier today on Twitter that Michigan's no longer going to be the number 2 team in the Big Ten every year.
No.
Like, as a Michigan fan, it hurt, but I mean, it's true right now, and it has been for the last decade and a half. So,
yeah,
Pang?
Yeah, it's paints. Yeah, paints.
Honestly, I don't follow college ball. Obviously, we know the major teams and all the California schools have produced some guys. Nothing too crazy that I can really think of. I mean, what was the last quarterback they gave us? Josh Rosen, right?
Yeah,
UCLA?
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh Rosen.
Josh
It's
Rosen.
like,
Yeah, was the
Yeah,
last
yeah.
one.
Josh Rosen.
doesn't really care. Like, so I mean, they produce some people from Cali. Cali comes out, but so other than that, I don't know too much. I mean, you guys make good points about now that distance isn't a thing anymore. You don't got schools being small, unable to afford items. It changes a lot. Changes up a lot. And if anything, it might make these kids better when they have to get used to kind of going the distance. Because we even now in the NFL with grown men in the league for 10 years, we're talking about, oh, they got to travel, 20,000 miles this season or whatever the case may be. Getting ready for it.
Yeah. I mean, so it is preparation at the next level because yes, you're going to have a significant more amount of travel. You're obviously traveling a little bit more lavishly when in
But even
National
competition.
Football League. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it does kind of help like maybe disperse competition a little bit. We'll see how that side of it turns out. I feel like that's yet to be determined if this makes the Big Ten better or not from a competitive advantage standpoint. It obviously hurts the Pac-12. It's weird seeing these two colleges in the Big Ten.
I just want to say that I didn't mention I do not like this. Like,
yeah,
I don't like it.
I don't know if I like it or not. I feel like if you're either of these schools, with name, image, and likeness, stay in the Pac-12, get those endorsements from that region, soak that up. But I guess kind of going to a more popular, more higher viewed vision when you're talking about TV ratings and things of that nature. The NCAA has always been a business at the end of the day.
Yeah.
They have always profited off the backs of these young men. Okay.
So the one thing I will say is the thing I do like about it, and I know Robbie, you will too, being a basketball guy. This is going to be football and basketball more than likely.
Yeah.
And I will like seeing, Pat, as an example, I will like seeing Michigan playing at Pauley Pavilion or something like that. That
versus the preseason tournaments.
Yeah.
Like I love it for basketball. I think it's gonna be. We talk about the college football schedule and you're playing one game a week every Saturday.
Yep.
What does it look like come January, February?
What up, Justin?
When you're into Big Ten college basketball play?
Well, I think say Michigan has to come west, right?
Yep.
They're going to play. It's going to be just like the Pac-12 where they play on Friday night. I'm using an example that they did in Pac-12.
Friday, Sunday,
and they would play LA and LA.
Yeah.
Obviously you stay in the same region, you'd only travel at once. But for a team like UCLA going back east,
like if they went to New Jersey, that's hard. But if you went to Michigan,
having to do that once a year. Yep. They're looking at having to do that 5-6 times over the course of 2 months leading up to
hands down
tournament.
That's going to be terrible on their bodies. Hold on, really quick before I get back on
their
topic.
academics more importantly than anything else.
Before I get back on topic, any and all questions surrounding KD or Kyrie, I am going to be biased. The answer is LA. Okay, it is what it is. I don't care about narratives or anything.
KD's going to Detroit.
I'm caring about manifestation. God.
Sorry, I just heard the best joke ever.
That was no. Oh my gosh. Hell no.
I have not seen that take from Pistons fan. I'm purely joking.
The newest one is him going to Toronto.
Ew.
For Scotty Barnes in a package.
Yeah, no, yeah, I
Gobert trade was trash, by the way.
That Gobert trade was.
Gobert's not worth 4 first.
I was reading that. That was
4 first and 5 players.
Yeah, like that.
Those players are gonna get fucking released.
Dude, it was so
all
bad.
But one.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
I thought it was a joke when I read it. I was like,
"No,
is
so
basketball
did I."
Different than I was when I was there? Is Gobert like this legendary player now? Like, what the fuck is going on?
I like who's take surrounding KD. I think KD to Washington is what is a possibility that people are not keeping in the back of their minds. He's
So
always
Katie's just
stated that
gonna
he's
add-
wanted to go back to DC. He's always stated this.
So all Katie's gonna do is go to more states and show that he can't win rings in multiple states.
Dude, all right, here's what I'll say. If he somehow wields the Wizards to a ring, like if DC gets, or DC hasn't gotten a ring in 46, 47, 48 years, something like that. Like, yo, that would be just the astronomical thought of a team that hasn't done shit in forever in terms of, finals. Bro, that would blow my mind. I'd so be here for it. I would pay tickets to fly back to DC. I'd pay the flight. I'd fucking pay for the seats. I would so do that. That would be worth it. Oh my gosh! And then make it be LA versus DC. Oh god, that'd be so good. That'd be so good. Like, but yeah. Any and all questions regarding it, I'm saying LA. One of the two ends up in LA somehow, if not both somehow. So yeah, the last thing that I'll say about the Big Ten expansion topic is this, like, and to finish off what I was saying earlier, the NCAA has been making money off the backs of these men and women for a very, very, very drastically long time. If you didn't think that when name, image, and likeness got implemented that they weren't going to find a way to somehow still maximize their profit, see, they were so afraid about the players taking a slice of their pie, because they just didn't want the players to have a slice of their pie. Now they're figuring out ways to make their pie bigger. And it's now based on individual schools that are figuring out ways to make their pie bigger. And that's the part that kind of makes my stomach turn, where it's like, you're just now admitting that you were a business this whole time. Like, you're just, especially for these big schools that are doing this, like, that are making these changes into different conferences. You're showing us who you really were. Like, yeah, USC, you probably fucking cheated. Like, like, wouldn't be surprised. At this point, Saban, I'm sure you accuse, Dion, about, paying players or whatever the case. I'm pretty sure, like, now, like, you do, like, the more and more we start talking about NIL, the more and more I'm just looking at some of these programs. I'm like, you've been fugazi the whole time. Like, how you try to not appear as a business, you've been a business. Getting into the next topic is actually a topic that we kind of already started talking about. So, favorite NBA move to start off the off season. Paying.
It's got to be the Rudy Gobert one, just because of how dumb the fucking picks are. That's the best. That's my favorite move. It made me laugh, because when I read it, I just like I couldn't believe it, and I'm like, this is the coolest thing I've read in a while. It's so bad. It's so utterly bad.
So one of my coworkers, he's a newly college graduate, and he played for the CU Buffs out here. And like, when I told this kid, I'm like, "Ayo, Cam, Gobert for 5 players, or like for 5 players and 4 picks," and he was just like, "What the fuck?" Like, Gobert's like, he's good, but like not worth that good. Like, I would have maybe done that for Jokic. Like, I could have maybe justified it. Like, and I mean, don't get me wrong, Gobert, it's like, from at that position, it's probably, if you're not going to get Joker, obviously, because Denver locked him up. But I mean, it's the next best thing, but you didn't need to give up that much. Like, you
he's also 30, doesn't finish seasons. Last I checked,
I gave the whole league COVID.
He's the reason we went into lockdown.
He is.
Touch on the mic, yeah. And then the first one in any of the major leagues to have COVID.
Bro,
his last 2 seasons, he's like at under 70 games. I think he barely had 70 games a year before. Like, come on, man. That's just weird.
I remember being 30. Live. I remember being live, getting ready to cover that game. And I remember sitting there like, Rumboyz and girls, I think the world just fucking ended. I was like, I think like this is it. Like right here. And
I remember someone on TV saying, not just sports, but I don't know if the world's going to be the same
The
after tonight.
same, yeah, bro. And like
I don't remember who it was.
I remember going on a rant about Gobert, like you motherfucker, like bro, I'm not a Gobert fan ever since that day. And I know he had nothing to do with it.
Mitchell.
I know he had
Neither
nothing
is
to do with
Donovan
it.
Mitchell.
Yeah, neither is Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell, like, little bitch, you gave me COVID first. Like, yeah, no, all jokes aside, yeah, I would say that Gobert one was pretty fucked. Like, if you're Minnesota, if you're a Timberwolves fan, you're like just sitting back crying, like with a box of Kleenexes. Like, you're not even, you're probably drinking a handle of Jack, listening to country music.
Does that trade even make them a top 4 team in the West?
Fuck no.
Golden State, Phoenix, Denver.
LA's going to land one of the 2 superstars remaining.
Let's not even put LA into it. You still have those 3, and then there's got to be one more.
As it is right now, like, are they even getting home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs?
Utah just got a shit ton of stuff to work with. Like, I would still probably keep Utah.
There's a possibility that Utah takes all that and goes.
Donovan's gone. I think Donovan's gone.
It's either they keep Donovan, or they keep Donovan and build around him, or they listen, or they use all these picks
let's be realistic
that they built today to go after.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. Yeah. Go after KD or Kyrie.
If
yeah.
KD goes somewhere else, and that once that domino falls, it's either to the Jazz. If it's not to the Jazz, Donovan's gone.
Yep.
Yo, hey, happy Friday to you, Scampers. I'm so happy.
Scampers, what's up, Scampers?
Yo,
Both of my shows this week. Both of my shows.
I think he's been on like a couple of shows like that. I've been
and he's on FYF stream all the time.
Yeah. Like, yo, is there a more dedicated fantasy football fan probably than like sports fan? I mean, because we're getting to the part of Rumboyz where
Scampers works on something. I forgot what he works on though.
Dude, yo, Matt Love. Can we just all take a drink for Scamps? I just saw you take one, Mike. I'm catching up to you.
So what I will say about the Donovan Mitchell thing, and I agree with what you're saying, Pat, but this is why I'm going a little bit different approach. Let's go back a handful of years.
They haven't kept anyone since Stockton and Malone.
No, I agree. I agree, but this is what I think is going to happen. And it has to do with today's trade as well. Okay. Remember when Boston was kicking ass back in the day with the trio, and New Jersey they traded them to the Nets, and they got all those assets that ended up being, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, and all that.
Yeah.
Who made those deals? Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge is the GM of the Utah freaking Jazz. So he just got all those deals. Now he's going to go. Hold on, he's going to go trade Donovan Mitchell somewhere, get more assets, and maybe flip a few of those assets for one star, and then get the rookies around, and then get. I'm just saying. I'm not saying they're going to be as good as like Donovan as Tatum and Brown, but we know
he's got a vision.
Ainge is not dumb.
No, dude, Ainge isn't dumb. Ainge isn't dumb.
And that's what scares me.
He just robbed Minnesota of their most valuable asset.
Well, here's the other thing that's funny.
The entire state, not just the Timberwolves.
You know what I didn't realize?
Nothing else up there.
The guy right now that ESPN, when I was watching before the show, I was watching the ESPN free agency show, and they had Jefferson, they had all those guys on there. And then back in Bristol, they had a guy that was doing all the tallying and all that.
Yeah.
He was the guy that signed off on those deals. He was the assistant GM of the Nets. That's why he doesn't have a job. Bro. He even said that. He goes, yeah, I made a deal like this before and it backfired.
There are there are certain people at that pivotal GM and even that pivotal agent position. Rich Paul, a fucking amazing agent. Todd France in the NFL and Drew Rosenhaus in the NFL, amazing agents. And then on the GM side, I mean, fuck, there's so many names that we could go over.
Robbie. All you have to say is Jerry West.
Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah. Yeah. Back in the day. Yeah.
I mean, look what he even. I know they didn't win
because Jeannie Buss ain't doing shit. But yeah.
I mean, I know they're not winning, but look at the people he's been able to pull in LA.
Yeah.
The other LA.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Very, very valid. I mean, like the NBA when it from a business decision, like when it comes to making these business calls, are so much like when it comes to promoting their star, are so much further ahead of the other leagues.
I mean, even
Because-
St. Pat's team, Joe Dumars did some smart stuff.
Yeah. Pat, did you already gave us your favorite one?
I did
right?
not.
What's yours? Let's try and run through this one.
It's gotta be
Yeah.
the signing of Zion to his max contract and staying in New Orleans.
I did not get that. He does not stay healthy.
He doesn't say healthy. He is the definition of potential, and they're saying we believe in you. We're sticking by you.
And that helps the
I mean,
confidence.
what else could they do? It's not like they could really get rid of him.
You letting him walk?
I mean, they can't, right? Because
Right, he doesn't.
everyone would have been giving him shit.
You're rocking a hard place here. Like
Yeah,
you
don't have a choice.
You
They're
put the money into
basically
this.
playing chicken right now with themselves.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that take. I agree with that take. I mean, and more props to Zion. Just please give all the hype that was built up like around you and surrounding you. Please just stay healthy this upcoming season, so I can really enjoy it. Like, I wasn't one of those fanboys that ran out and got a Zion jersey. Like, I'll probably get like a Melo jersey, one because the Hornets designs are just fucking fire and it's just so good. But like, two, he did his thing last year for Charlotte.
Reminder: he's still only 22 years old.
No, yeah. But the age doesn't help that kind of play style. That's the problem.
No, I'm just saying, like, when we're talking, like, we're all like, at least I'm 6 years older than him. Like,
watch yourself.
I'm not gonna say how old
You're what? You're
if
27, 28,
28,
26? Yeah, 28. Okay,
Hey,
yeah. So we're all near 30. We're all 30. I'm 31. Mike is
Shush.
27
yeah.
plus 14.
Close.
But,
Sean
like,
saying I think he thinks that Utah is gonna get 8, and shout out to the homie Sean.
So to close out that, what I think the whole other thing about the Ainge, I think they're gonna blow it up. Like, with Snyder leaving, they're blowing it up. That's why I think Ainge is gonna do what he's gonna do. And actually, my favorite move so far, and it's because I think there was a robbery on a trade today, and it is the Celtics. I think the Celtics robbed the freaking Indiana Pacers. They only gave up Daniel Theis, some guy I don't even know who he is, and a first round pick that's not going to be very high for Malcolm Brogdon. Are you kidding me?
Did you see the meme? Oh, the meme where it was like what the Celtics gave up to get Michael Brogdon, and it was remember the episode of SpongeBob where he has a piece of string and a fucking paperclip in his hand. He's like, "You want this?" Like,
well, here's what scares me about that, Robbie. So they only gave up those 3 pieces, and I'm not saying Theis is nobody, but when you're getting Brogdon, it's nobody. It's a piece of string. Yeah. There was even talks 2 weeks ago that Brogdon was going to be part of the deal to get Westbrook out of LA.
Out of LA, yeah.
And now you go and get Brogdon for that? Like,
bro, hey, that in Indiana, you got as we say on this show, fuck 6 different ways till Sunday.
You could have got Westbrook.
And that means you got once a day for a week. Like, no, we want to get rid of Westbrook. We want
no, he's saying about Indiana. My point is, if you're Indiana, you want Westbrook. Anyone. You need anything to get people in the goddamn seats.
Yeah. You're not selling. Indiana's not selling.
Who's your
out
players?
The arena, bro. Like, exactly.
But like, Westbrook is such a bad year. Like, no one gives a shit about Westbrook besides to make fun of him.
Exactly.
That hurts so bad.
Fucking hurt to fucking hear how bad he was doing this year.
Trust me, I know.
It hurt to see people defending him.
My favorite is my favorite, not because of like, it improving like one team or another, or it hurting one team or another. It's my favorite because like subconsciously I'm kind of split on to the player's decision to do it. And for me, my favorite was Gary Payton II.
I knew it.
Because and because I try and think it like if I was GP, right? And I'm like, fuck, like I could go get this money, which my first love in life is money. Women that have been dating me recently, I'm sorry. At least you now know up front. My first love is money. My second love is hip hop, and then women, obviously. Football and fantasy fall together at fourth, you know. But that aside, if I'm Gary Payton and I just got that ring, I don't think that Portland's the place that I need to be to try and continue having a legacy. I personally, like, you're the son of fucking Gary Payton, bro. You're the most legendary Seattle Supersonic of all time. You know, the glove, one of the greatest defensive players of all time.
He might be the greatest defensive guard.
Yeah, he might be the greatest defensive guard. With that being said, Pops did not have rings falling out the wazoo. He did not rings just falling out of his ass. You just got one, and you're still young. I mean, 29 years old. So I mean, okay, not that young, but like you still have time to maybe get 1-2 more if you just role play on the right team. Me personally, I probably would have stayed with the Warriors. Maybe GP the second is thinking, you know what, I'm right now I'm doing a lot better than Pops. Like, let's go get the shmoney. Or maybe Pops told him, yo, go get your shmoney. Like, it's one of the two. Because I have a condition called Mamba mentality. And I would much rather, and don't get me wrong, Kobe definitely made sure he got his fair share of money throughout his career. And he didn't compromise, you know, like his paper. Like, he got his paper. The Lakers always paid him, basically. I think that I probably would have pulled a Brady in this situation and been like, you know what, if it means I stay here and I keep winning, Portland ain't winning shit, bro. Portland ain't been shit since what? Bill Russell? Like, or not Russell, Walton.
Well, remember they did go to the finals against Jordan when they had Clyde.
They had Clyde Drexler. Okay, we'll give them Clyde Drexler. We'll give them Clyde, and I think that's where the buck pretty much stops, because Dame hasn't gotten you to a finals, you know. And don't get me wrong, Dame one of the greatest trailblazers of all time. See what I did there? Greatest trailblazer. Okay. You know, don't get me wrong, one of the greatest trailblazers of all time. CJ McCollum is a great supporting role to Dame. Or was, you know, that team. It pains me that Dame like for as long would not leave. Like I believe I don't think he got traded yet or hasn't left yet.
He's not leaving. He's not leaving.
He needs to leave. Dame needs to leave. Dame needs to leave Portland.
This is going to be kind of hot taking. You might not like it because I know you like Dame. I think he's on the downside because his injuries are going to get caught up to him and he doesn't have anyone to help him.
I think that because of that reason, you need to get out of Portland.
But I think it's too late. His values.
I don't think that. Bro, hell no. If as a Lakers fan, if you were to tell me there was a way we could get dollar bills, y'all, fucking dollar Dame, I would freaking. Nah, bro, I can't fathom why someone so talented, so high. I get the era that he was playing in. LeBron moving multiple teams, KD moving multiple teams. You're a superstar, and you're right along with them. Then you got Steph Curry, you know, with the team that he was drafted by, winning multiples. You're just as good as these guys, and you got now GP.
Don't get me wrong. I would rather have him than Westbrook. I just don't see him being. I mean, no one wants Westbrook, but what I'm saying is he's not the value that he was 3 years ago.
You know how they say? You know how they say keep Portland weird?
Yeah,
Portland's too weird to ever have a fucking trophy, bro. Straight up. Beautiful city, not even. It's always like too gloomy and shit. Yeah, no, I fucking hate Oregon. Hate everything about Oregon. I think Oregon may, out of all 50 states, I think I hate Oregon the most. That's just straight up.
That's a hot take.
That's
Oklahoma's pretty bad.
No, Maddie lives in
You
Oklahoma.
can't say that. Maddie lives there. You nuts?
Yeah, Maddie lives in Oklahoma. And then on top of that, hold on. And then on top of that, like the Sooners actually produce talent. Like Oregon gave us Mariota.
Justin Herbert. Don't forget that.
Okay, they gave us Herbert. Yeah, they gave us Herbert. What are but that's all Ducks. What have the Beavers done? What have the Beavers done?
They gave us the Ducks gave us Dan Fouts.
Damn.
The second best school in your state. The second best school in your state. Their mascot's a fucking beaver.
I know we're talking about the Beavers, but
damn,
Oregon State Beavers. But I'm surprised that Robbie is saying, "What have the Beavers done for us?"
Beavers get them Beavers are damned more than never mind. I'm not gonna go there. Ladies and gentlemen, 3-day weekend. Enjoy your Beavers.
The bushiest. Find the bushiest of beavers. And just
build a dam.
Right into it. Nuzzle right into it.
Don't build a dam. Let the water flow. All right, that's enough.
If you need to find it, just call Mike's mom.
Oh no, that hurt. That was Mike was like, oh fuck, bro.
That didn't hurt because I have Pat's mom on speed dial.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna get into the next topic. We're gonna bring it. Oh my! Oh wait, okay, we're not on that topic yet. I'm definitely saving that topic for after halftime when I get a fresh drink. Because yeah, fuck that. That's a game that we're gonna get too screwed in.
You need to tell me what that one is after.
Dog. I'm trying to think between the two of which I want to do. All right, here's what I'll do. We'll have some fun with this. Because there is a huge this is a fight weekend on top of it being like 4th of July, even though like our country is like, it is a big fight weekend. Shout out to the UFC. It's going to be fucking amazing. I believe boxing also has a match.
I don't care.
Isn't it Anthony Joshua? Isn't it? Oh wait, isn't
no?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think
yeah.
so.
I think Anthony Joshua's fighting next weekend.
All I know is this: I don't care about boxing this weekend.
But we are actually going to be covering boxing with this tape. Okay.
Okay.
And Mike, you start us off.
Okay.
News has developed and leaked that we are getting another athlete versus athlete boxing match. Last time we had, what was it? Frank Gore versus what's the light-skinned homie's name that got fucked up by Frank Gore? Played for the Nets. Oh my gosh.
I got Darren Johnson. Darren Williams.
Yeah, Darren Williams. So earlier this year, we got to catch Frank Gore versus Darren Williams. Obviously, a battle of football versus basketball. Well, and if you played football, we already know who the fuck won that fight. We are now introduced with AP, Adrian Peterson. Okay, and we already know he's pretty nice with a switch, but is he good with his hands? Versus Le'Veon, I cannot rap to save my life, Bell. Who wins between running back versus running back in a real life 8-round exhibition? I believe it's 6 rounds actually. 6-round exhibition boxing match. Mike, who you got?
Oh, is that the only part of the question?
And what do you think of this whole thing? Actually, what do you think of this spectacle? Because it's a spectacle.
I'm gonna add my own flair into this at the end. AP is gonna whoop his ass.
Like he did his kids?
I mean, Le'Veon Bell might hold his own, but I just think AP is gonna win it. Maybe it's a little biased. I've never been a Le'Veon fan. I did like AP back in the day before he started using switches. But
they're not the ones we use in LA.
So I do think it's going to be entertaining just because those maybe not. I mean, AP is. I mean, we don't really know what his personality really is. Where Le'Veon, I think, is going to come out and try to. I think Le'Veon's going to come out and try to be like more, give a little more razz and dazz than AP will. AP will walk in there and just be in there to like handle his business, like Triple G.
Yeah.
Like in that kind of. If
you did not just compare AP boxing to Triple G.
No, I'm saying like no. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
we are not in the month of September yet. Yo, by the way, when that fight does go down, oh my god.
Trust me. what I find, so all I'm saying is like where Triple G's not really flashy like other boxers. I don't think that's what AP is going to do. I think AP is in there about business, boxing, celebrities, and all that. If you want to make a little bit of money after you retire or whatever you want to do, in the day of social media, 10, 15 years ago, I don't think this would have been a success. But with social media and everyone caring about everyone, this is obviously a success. If we're talking about fighters or players that I would want to go down, I was thinking Jalen Ramsey and Tate, but I listened to a podcast. I listened to a podcast of Ramsey, and I don't think that anymore.
Okay.
From what Ramsey said about his relationship with Tate.
Pat, what do you think about our comedic relief topic of the night?
I want to see Cortland Finnegan and freaking Andre
Johnson. Yeah. Squash this shit once and for all. Pat, go ahead and drop us a quick one, and I think we can fit another take in before.
So, did you guys know that? I think this is really important for the background here. Adrian Peterson was very successful in Little League. He was really known for his bat, a true switch hitter.
Shit!
With that in mind, I got AD all day whooping Le'Veon Bell's ass. Unless you got Adrian Clown as a special guest referee. That's the only way Bell's winning that. Who do I want to see fight? It's got to be OBJ. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say the kicker net. So I'm going to say Baker. I want to see the two of them go at it. There's lots. Robbie, you're muted.
Yo, really quick, shout out to the homie Chef Mel. He is the personal chef for Chase Young, Antonio Gibson, a couple of different players throughout the league. Homie just texted me, dog. We gonna go out and get fucked up. I'm down. Let's go. I'm down to clown, bro. I'm down to clown. Yo, really quick. It is dope being the Rumboyz because like when like people know who we are, you know, and certain players that we gave shirts to back at that rookie premiere, like they wear them during the workout stuff. Obviously, they can't wear them in front of the media because it says Rumboyz on it. Like we're fucking alcohol show. But like and like when homie saw me at the bar, like walked up, he was like, "Yo, like, do you know Terry?" And I was like, "I interviewed Terry." And then, bro, like just that being a Rumboy is dope, and that's why you guys tune into the show because we're just like that in this industry, bro. But yo, continue, man. I'm sorry.
I think I'm good.
Cool.
Unless we get like Myles Garrett going one-on-one with Mason Rudolph, like I'll pay to see him get his ass kicked.
Go ahead, Payne. Give me your take because someone just like gave me a comment. And I'm about to fucking roast this person, and it has nothing to do with sports. So continue. I'm about to send a
for Matt boxing match. I would like to see Will Fuller versus a hot, like, you know, fighting injuries. You know, fucking keep that shit out. That'd be nice. That would be pretty good. DeAndre Hopkins versus that safety that used to be the corner. I forgot his name already. The one that he broke his ankles in practice.
I thought you were gonna say like a surgical needle.
No, it's no.
I mean, Will Fuller and him can tag team that with their trainer. Ringside as their manager.
Yo, Scamper said Pac-Man versus anyone. That's fire.
DeAngelo Hall versus DeAndre Hopkins.
Yo, that would be a good one. DeAngelo Hall versus DeAndre Hopkins. All right, I'm gonna make mine quick, and I think we can fit in.
They've already beat us. Me, it's okay. It's you too.
I am going. Yo. I want to beat the fucking brakes off of Deshaun Watson. Me versus Watson. That's what I want. And I just want to duke it out and scrap it out. And I'm not going to fight fair. I'm going to fucking hide a brick underneath the fucking little corner part of the ring, and I'm going to Debo the fuck out of him. Y'all remember Friday when Ice Cube picked up that brick and smacked the shit out of Debo? Yeah, that's me.
I was going to make it a joke and say Debo versus the 67 women he fucking sexually harassed.
Or not, or you mean Deshaun? Oh my God, you're fucked.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson versus the 67 the women that he fucking.
That's too much pain. God, you did the most.
I think they could win.
We can't. We
already know that they beat his meat before.
We are going to. Damn it, Pat. Fucked up. So dark.
It's after dark. It is.
We're going to get into one more topic, and we're going to get into some contract talks before we get into halftime. Halftime is when we play a music video for you guys, and we play a commercial, and then we come right back and talk more sports.
Oh, you're going to play my new video I sent out today.
Did you send it to my email?
No. Do I have to send it to you in file form?
Yeah, which you're gonna have to break it down into a PDF, and yeah,
PDF.
try it, and I'll see if I can play it later throughout the show, or not a PDF. God damn it! Why did I call an MP4?
Oh, I did MP4.
Okay, bet. Yeah, send it to my email.
Send it to me later.
So we did have a big contract signed this week. It actually happened with my team. And before I get into reading this question here, table match, Bills fans versus Eagles fans. Yo, a fucking cage match. I'm down with it, yo.
Oh man, hell of a sell, baby.
Shit eating everywhere. But no. So Washington finally signed Scary Terry, the F1 McLaurin. Okay, he hates Scary Terry, the F1 McLaurin. What are the next steps, and what could be the next steps for both Debo and DK? On this show, I felt like we knew that Washington was going to sign Terry. At least I did. And I kind of had a little bit of insider information that may or may not have helped me out with that. What are your thoughts in regards to how this affects Debo and DK? And it's like $71 million for like 3 years, you know.
It's a lot of money.
Paying.
I kind of thought it was weird is not to say like the receivers got paid in order of greatness, but they kind of are. I mean, I could argue AJ Brown's better than Terry, but they're getting paid in order in a way. So I'm wondering if Debo is like the grand finale of like big fucking contracts, or is it DK Metcalf that's the grand finale? I think they already estimated that Debo would get a 3 to 4 year, and I think that's it. DK Metcalf is looking at a 6-year contract. Like, that's gonna be freaking ridiculous. So I'm just curious how that's gonna work out. They're all estimating to be around the same amount of money, but with different year variations.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine what DK's is gonna be. I mean, like, sure, he didn't put up an amazing year, still had 10 touchdowns, but like if you look at him, he's like kind of like the Zion of wide receivers, right? Like he's a big ass dude, like can shred people. It's going to be gross. I wonder what that contract's going to be and what the stipulations for that contract's going to be. I wonder if it's going to be a 6-year wide receiver deal or a 5-year wide receiver deal.
Okay. Pat.
One of the things that I don't see getting talked about with the Terry deal is, with it only being, 3 years, is there weren't voidable years at the end or outs for Washington should his play go down.
Yeah.
And also what it does is it gets him paid for those 3 years. He comes in at 29 the next time and still has potentially another 2 to 3 solid years remaining in his NFL career before he's like on the downward trend and what we see from like where Julio is now and whatnot. But he can potentially get one more big contract after that. So he's going to get his bag now. He has the opportunity, if he's still playing really well, to get his bag again. I think it puts him in a really good spot. Whereas I feel like if DK gets his bag now, I would expect outs to be in the contracts for Seattle around year 3 or 4. Same thing with Debo. Like, I don't see the guaranteed money being nearly the same as the flashy big price tag that will show up on the Schefter tweet when it happens.
Okay. Mike?
So I'm going to differ a little bit here. I think Debo's going to get paid. I think Seattle this is a little bit bold, but I think Seattle's going to fully rebuild soon, and I don't think they're going to end up paying DK. I think they're going to franchise him, and then I think that'll end up letting him walk or do something. Maybe they trade him. Who knows? I think they want to build this thing up back from the bottom, all the way from the ashes back up. I think they're going to end up being the worst team in that division this year. I think they're going to end up just trying to rebuild. What I think is actually interesting, I looked this up the other day when it actually popped through. Someone at work was asking me, out of the top 10 right now, current average per year players, what's crazy to me is out of the top 10, 8 of them were signed after the Christian Kirk deal. So Christian Kirk thought he was getting all that bankroll and now thought he was going to be one of the top dogs. Now 8 out of the top 10 are after Christian Kirk, and Kirk's not even in the top 10 anymore.
Kirk walked so that they could run.
Straight up. That's exactly. He was.
Well, that was how Derek Carr's contract was about before he signed his.
Before he signed the other one.
The new one was he literally was the highest paid quarterback when he took that contract. He didn't deserve to be.
Kind of like Cousins.
And then Stafford and Cousins both followed after that, and then we're in the state of it's gonna be constantly who's gonna get the next top contract.
Oh, definitely. Oh yeah, by far.
Fair enough.
It's just funny that after all that, it was still 8 out of the top 10. I was kind of surprised.
Yep.
So for me, what I'll say, sorry, I just had to like put someone in their place. Pat, go to the meme on my Facebook page, and you'll see what I'm talking about. The one of like the toaster strudel. You'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I saw it earlier, and like that meme's been around for a long time, and like I used that meme when I was like,
no. Go in the comments. Go in the comments. You'll be like, ooh, this person's about to tick Robbie off. Like fuck. So yeah, really quick. I absolutely love the Terry deal for Washington. I'm going to use this opportunity to say I told you so because I fucking told you so. Told you so. That aside, what it means for Debo and DK, I think that the 49ers, they give Debo what he wants, and they're saying, okay, we're going to play you at receiver, but maybe they don't give him like those 71 M's. It's like, well, if you're not going to play hybrid, then maybe the deal kind of differs from what Terry had. DK, I really, really love Mike's take and what he said surrounding the possibility of them franchise tagging him. Okay. Now, with that being said and stated, DK actually plays receiver. Tyler Lockett is only getting older. I feel like if you're Seattle, you're forced into where you have to keep DK and you have to pay DK because you have to keep him happy through the amount of shitty ass quarterbacks he's about to have if you guys don't get Arch Manning in the draft next year. Seattle could very well be one of the worst teams in the NFL this year. Like, if you're Seattle, go after Baker Mayfield, says Steelers Nation.
No, stop. No more Baker talk. God, please. No more Baker talk.
Baker's going to stay in Cleveland, and they're going to figure out a way to rekindle that. I personally think
Baker's not that good anyways. Like he was good.
Stop. No, you stop. No. You stop. He may not be fucking super stellar or anything like that, but he is significantly better than many other people that can go and play quarterback. He could easily be the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. I would.
Well, yeah, fine, but that's with junk quarterbacks. I'm not going to compare him as a top 12 guy, top 16.
The same argument that you try and make for Jared Goff all the fucking time.
I don't make arguments to Jared Goff.
You've literally been like, oh well, like he's not that bad. Like bro.
Never said that. Not once.
Somebody pull out the tape. Pull out the tape.
You're thinking about Ryan Tannehill, but no, that's not the case.
No, and even still, he's even not as bad as what Tannehill was in Miami. Like he's nowhere. No,
Miami was bad. Tannehill was fine.
No.
Baker can't get it done. He had a good team and couldn't get it done. And
Well,
if
yeah,
we're gonna put injuries
not next
this
year,
year,
but the year,
but
a
yeah,
couple years
Steelers
later.
Nation 42. I get it. He's better than Drew Lock, but
Yeah,
what does that do for you?
No, not gonna take the Baker slander. No,
There's not a debate. He didn't do anything with the Cleveland.
What did Cleveland do for him aside by giving him 2 running backs? That was all the fuck they could do. OBJ was hurt the whole time.
A pretty strong O-line.
This motherfucker, OBJ
decent.
never touched. OBJ barely touched the field for the Browns.
I mean, he was there. Yeah, he got injured, but he went over and won a ring with the Rams the minute he left.
He won a ring with the Rams after Robert Woods got hurt.
Yeah, but
he only had that's just saying, oh well, this person won a ring. That's like me saying Robert Horry is the fucking greatest player of all time.
I'm not saying he was great, because, but I can't sit there and say Baker was good. Baker was on a good team, roster-wise.
You have to give a player.
So you're going to tell me you didn't think that the Browns roster was good coming in?
Do you think that Browns roster would have won with anyone else on any QB?
Maybe not a ring, but they would have looked better.
Okay, no. We're talking about rings, bro. You say I already said OBJ with the Rams got a ring. Like
he's not good.
No, look.
Fine.
No.
So you can name him as a top 12.
You give. I'm not going to name him as a top 12, but if you give Baker the right pieces, you give any of these 32 quarterbacks the right pieces,
any 32
around them.
No way. But I don't think Baker
Goff was in a freaking Super Bowl. Joe Flacco was, come on. Like, bro, we have seen this time and time again.
Yeah, but Joe Flacco played in a great season that year. He played a great playoff session.
Bro.
I just can't see it for Baker, man. People are going to say his shoulder injury, but he wasn't that good the last 3 years.
Eli Manning's overall record, mediocre throughout his whole entire career. Has 2 rings because the rest of the team also did work.
Who?
Football's a team sport. We're not going to sit here and act like, oh, well, like, yeah, one move can help. But like that's not
he wouldn't be better. If your argument is he's better than Geno Smith and Drew Lock, congratulations, that's fair. But if you're gonna say he's legitimately a top 12,
he's the best option that Cleveland has right now because their other quarterback is more likely going to get suspended. Yeah, he'd be better than Sam Darnold in Carolina. Yeah. Hell, Miami would be better off with him than Tua. Miami would be better off with him than Tua.
No way. Tua is better than Baker.
When Tua can't fucking flick the ball 50 yards downfield, 40 yards,
never had the opportunity. He plays at the 31st, 32nd worst O-line.
No.
Running backs that aren't even in the league anymore.
Look,
yeah, Z2 agrees.
I say he makes great commercials. Like, I'm not sitting here saying that he's the best player of all. But
he's not that good. He just wasn't. He's fine.
Put Baker on Detroit and watch what Detroit does. Huh? Put Baker on Detroit and watch what Detroit does. Like
same thing Jared Goff does, which is nothing.
No, bro. And we only saw like a couple of seasons of Baker. Like we didn't even get to see like there's guys getting fucking opportunities out the ass.
He is the answer for Seattle to be relevant.
Let's remove all of the sexual allegations. We praised Deshaun Watson, okay? And, bro, you were still on a team that was shit. Like, no, I'm not. No. You give a quarterback the right pieces, they can help fix their errors. Baker's interceptions have gone down year after year.
I don't think they went down.
How many did he throw against the Packers? Like 5?
And I think that was like that. It still wasn't even that. He had 13 last year. The year before that, he threw 8, and then the year before that, it was 13 again.
Yeah, but that's not that good.
13, 8, and 17. You have fucking Matt Ryan, you have Matt Ryan who was fucking throwing interceptions to any and every defense that steps on the field.
This is here's the stats: 22 touchdowns, 21 INTs, 26 and 8 and 17 and 13.
26. And then 13. Okay. Yes, he's pretty much gotten it together. And that first year, his rookie year,
are like the lowest in the league. 60%.
His first year, he had shit receivers. He had shit.
His first year was his best year. His first year was his best year.
No, the year that he had the 21 and 8. To me, that was his best year.
26 and 8 on his third year was a solid season.
Yeah.
But his rookie year just was better. Like when you look at how bad the team was on paper coming to his rookie year and what he put up, it was way more impressive.
Bro, I'm not gonna sit here and act like that man does not deserve a job, bro.
I
Like,
didn't say he didn't deserve a job, but I'm not saying he needs to go to Seattle. Like, he's gonna go there to a bad team and do nothing. You want him to succeed, you need to put him on a pretty good team, because the Browns roster coming into the season was a top 12 roster. So you're gonna send him to the bottom 20, bottom 10 and think he's gonna do good? No, that's not how that works.
The fucking Pat.
Doesn't make any sense.
This is uptight. God. Oh my gosh. Anyways, hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna get into halftime. Okay. I'm trying to think of like what music video. We're gonna drop that touchdown joint, a little reggaeton with the hip hop. Dale, don't dale, let's get it.
Well, before you go,
What?
Killer Nation said, I think Baker would play lights out in Pittsburgh.
I already brought that up.
No, but he brought the other one. But Pittsburgh's actually a good team, though, a good roster.
I'm playing the music video. You just say improve my. Give him pieces.
No, but it's a good roster. You want to send him to Seattle, which is a terrible roster.
Run the music video. Let's go. He still deserves a job.
Huh?
He still deserves a job over other people.
I didn't say he didn't deserve a job. I just said he wasn't that good.
Pat, does he deserve a job?
Penis.
Scamper's gonna keep his racist beans to himself.
Like I said, no one can stop it. Carne asada. Sounds like Taco Tuesday, but it's not. Oh. If I'm Seattle, I'm tanking, by the way. That's what I'm going to fucking do if I'm Seattle. There's no way I'm going to run of anything.
Watch, the NFL will come down harder on Seattle for tanking than they will on Dan Snyder.
Or when the Dolphins try to do it too.
And then they end up somehow still winning 7 games.
Oh, they do that every year. It's so annoying. We're the perpetual like mid-round picks of the year, and then we always find a way to trade with the Eagles. I have no idea what it is with the Eagles and the Dolphins, but they always trade.
It's on speed dial.
It is. I think it actually is, because if you look at their history, like at least the last 4 to 5 years, we've made some form of trade with them. Like we traded for Kiko Alonso and like Byron Maxwell. We traded, I think, this year too, or the year before, up or down a few picks with them. Like every season is just coming. And we even have their back, like laid off running backs, and they have them back, like Jordan Howard. Look what the hell is going on. Oh, it is what it is.
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a monkey knife fight.
And one day they met one team partners in the NFLPA.
It's a match made in the pits of a monkey knife fight.
And everyone lived happily ever after.
Are you listening? This is big.
What is a monkey knife fight?
You know, it's thing monkeys, knives, you get it. Fantasy sports is monkey knife fight. And monkey knife fight is fantasy sports.
Monkey Knife Fight is daily fantasy.
Monkey Knife Fight in the house.
I am Monkey Knife Fight. You are Monkey Knife Fight. We are all Monkey Knife Fight.
Monkey knife fight.
You have the NFLPA behind the company.
It's exciting for me to be a part of fantasy sports.
When I think of fantasy sports, I think of beating all my buddies year in and year out and being able to brag about it.
We're not just partners in it.
We're owners.
And it feels awesome to be an owner.
I challenge you to a monkey knife fight.
We've been saving you a seat at the table, Monkey Knife Fight.
Welcome to the one team and NFLPA family.
Monkey knife fight. Welcome to the family, Monkey Knife Fight.
Welcome to the game, Monkey Knife Fight.
Monkey Knife Fight!
I challenge you to a monkey knife fight.
Monkey Knife Fight! Monkey Knife Fight, Monkey Knife Fight, Monkey Knife Fight, Monkey Knife...
Paying on getting your file loaded into the back office right now.
All good.
Because fucking technology wants to be itself. Yes, I want to download anyways. Oh shit! I may have to compress this file. Fuck me. Let me see something. Hang on. All right, we're gonna figure this out as we go.
Cream pie or toaster strudel?
Cream pie.
Yeah,
Lots of cream pies.
I'm always about the cream pie life. It's so hilarious, yo. Hang on, let me close this door before we get into the other half of the show.
Oh shit! I need a drink, don't I?
Yeah,
I need a drink for this half of the show. Hey, yo, Ray, I need a drink. Something hard.
Hey, Rachel, slap him in the back of the head for me.
Fuck him up.
Oh
my gosh. Hang on. While Pat is getting a drink for the next topic. Wait. I don't know why the fuck I just did that. Don't ask me why. I did that. Oh, I think it's uploading, Pang.
Oh, good.
I think it's uploading, so we actually might be able to play this really quick because I still gotta like crack open this beer. I should do it. Hang on, let me adjust this audio really quick.
Trying to think what else has been on the offseason. It's been a little slow week for the most part besides Terry's big ass contract.
It really has been. And
we still got topics. Like we still got.
No, we do. I'm thinking NFL wise. NFL.
The non-information that was the Deshaun Watson hearing, like, yes, we knew it was happening.
Yeah. Really quick.
I don't want to talk about that.
Thoughts on so the NFL hired their first executive, Dave Highhill. Beautiful last name, by the way. Love standing on a hill getting high. Who is dedicated to the sports betting industry and protecting the game. what does this mean for the future of sports betting and just the NFL and like the marriage that is clearly happening between the two? Let's start with Peng.
I mean, I don't really know too much about this person as a whole, but I mean, if someone is dedicated to sports betting, it's going to be great. We need that. It just means that we can finally get this shit legalized. We cannot condemn gambling because it's literally done everywhere. I just don't get why this has taken so long at this point. I can understand in like the 1960s and shit or 40s, but come on. Really? People are gambling on fucking NFTs right now. Can we at least gamble on real things? Real things that are ongoing. So
you want more tangible. You want more tangible, like I guess a more tangible relationship if this is going to be a thing. Is that kind of what is? I just want to clarify.
And maybe if we're lucky, Calvin Ridley won't get fucking. We might get fucking suspended. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't know. It's gambling is so fucking dumb. It's not like referees, right? It's if it was a ref situation or a player betting on his own team while he's playing a game, sure. But come on, like there's really no room for not having betting on something that is obviously betted on every year. We have odds a year in advance for everybody and everything. So I don't know why this shit took so long. This is like the most slowest thing. This is probably like the DMV movement of NFL. Is gambling. It's made no sense to me. And there's money to be made in it. Like, I don't get why they haven't done it. There's fucking stadium in Vegas. You think this would have came first before a stadium in Vegas?
But here's the other thing though, is the NFL doesn't want to open their own sports book.
Yep.
They want to just ensure that the quality of what's happening on the field isn't being tainted by the potential for
true. But they should acknowledge that gambling is a thing. They always try to pretend like it's not a thing. We bet on the fucking anthem, for God's sakes. Like, come on.
Yeah. We gamble on what color the Gatorade is. Like, yeah, no, I definitely see and value and appreciate your point. Pat, I want you to kind of go in a little bit more, because you did the show sheet, so you probably have a little bit more insight, being that you researched the topic. What is the take what are you taking away from this?
I'm taking away as a bettor, I'm feeling more confident going into it that something screwy isn't going to happen. That athletics is athletics, and the sports that we love to watch, crazy things happen. But I'm trusting that it's not something behind the scenes attacking the integrity of the game.
Wow, that's a very valid point. Holy fuck!
So I'm hoping that we're not running into a situation where one sports book is changing the odds and adjusting things, knowing something.
Steelers Nation, we're going to talk about the fight weekend a little bit later,
and really getting into the thing. So, what that could potentially, how I could see it looking, is after the fact reviews of calls, potential penalty calls that would screw up over-unders for individual player yardage, things of that nature, where it would just suddenly.
Ladies and gentlemen, really quick, Pat, I apologize. I do definitely want you to continue, because you are bringing up some eloquent points that highly need to be discussed at a high level, and this shows the perfect battleground to do so. But ladies and gentlemen, my co-host on this vibe, and for the love of Sundays, and you could also catch it with the fantasy coaches, stepping up to the plate, held all the way from Boston. Give it up. It's your boy, Jay Bang.
You didn't have to interrupt his take for me. I could have waited backstage. I could have hung out. I could have done my thing.
But it's you, John. I love you.
I love you guys. I'm just so happy to be here.
We're really out here. Go ahead, Pat. Finish that up, man. Finish it up, because I want people to understand what this
ultimately
means.
It comes down to is I feel like I can go into it trusting what we're seeing, the product that we're seeing. I I'm not afraid of anything screwy happening, especially in terms of games.
Is it because of his resume?
Decided. Not just his resume. I think the NFL putting importance behind it and making it
a priority. Yeah,
making it a priority, because I feel like it's easy with spreads to really to push and to manipulate things a little bit, and that can come down to what refs are told to look for at halftime, or things that there are adjustments that are being made. And I want to see the NFL really take ownership and be transparent on these things. My money's on the line.
So
is everyone else's.
I agree. I mean, I work in the world of finance, and I mean, and just imagine, this is something that actually happens. I mean, you have, guys, on Wall Street, and there's these investment bankers and such that pretty much have an edge, and they're able to, kind of get in and see things before they happen. So I love that you bring up the point that, okay, you brought forth a point of contact that can keep tabs on this shit, and that can bring down the hammer when this has happened. I mean, obviously, and not to add a political twist to it, but you have to make sure that there's no lobbying kind of involved, to where this man hired at this position can be paid off. You know what I mean? And kind of be lobbied for, to where his decision and his ruling, let's say a player affecting the outcome of a game, and I get, and that's not what Ridley did or anything, but let's say, a player that's not Ridley and someone, that was on the field, starts dropping passes or fumbles a ball, or, that stuff needs to be investigated. Legal gambling is here. It is real. And of course, I mean, something like that, the bookie's not going to take their money back because it's already done, but we do want, from a competitive edge standpoint, we do want fair and legal gambling. So I think that this is important. Mike, do you have anything that you want to add?
I just think it was inevitable if the league was going to acknowledge gambling in the way that Pang said that they should have a long time ago. I think it was inevitable that something like this would happen in this position. They weren't going to dive into the world of gambling without having someone in that position. They weren't going to rely on Goodell or anyone else. They were going to hire someone in the front office to take that part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, about a month ago, I was watching one of the majors in golf, and they were talking about gambling about the same thing. They just hired someone last year for almost the same reason, but it's also partly in golf different, because if a player finds out that the odds changed on him going 3 under compared to 5 under or whatever in the middle of the round. So the reason I bring that up is, one thing I think that this guy's going to not focus on, but one thing, like Pat said, or you said, about how, maybe a player drops the ball or this or that. Just like back in the day, I know I'm aging myself, with Pete Rose, this happened when Pete Rose was when he was managing. Who's to say an offensive coordinator doesn't blow a call at the 3-yard line when they're down by 6 and he has $500,000 in his pocket from Giovanni over in freaking, Rhode Island?
Yeah.
Pete Rose, by the way, player coach. He was not just the coach. He was also on the active roster. If he needed to hit, he was on the active roster. He was a player coach. Insane. Insane. I love the reference.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do have another guest backstage.
Holy
new father. So we are gonna drink for this man's introduction as him being a new father. Ladies and gentlemen,
he's got 100 guns, 100 clips. Maybe he's from New York. Give it up for TDS Taco.
What up, though?
First time the boys are back in town.
Yeah, guys, it feels good, man. I just put the little man down, so hopefully he stays down for a little bit, because my God, the fireworks are lit out here.
The block is popping. The block is popping up there in NY, baby.
Yeah, you already know. And quick thing, Mike, Giovanni's not from Rhode Island. He's from Team Rocket.
That was the nerdiest.
He's
shit
the
you
boss.
could've
He's
just
the
said.
boss of Team Rocket.
I think Scampers brings up a valid point. And I want to make sure that we get this comment read on this topic because it's important. I think a byproduct of further legalization of gambling will be a strengthening of the officials' unions. There will be further demand for accountability of them and pushback by them. There may be another scab season soon, is also what he adds. So that would be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Like I've said it in the past when we talked about Ridley, that the reason why it's a big deal is because you don't want it to bleed into the culture of the officiating and the culture of the league. And so if all of a sudden you have the same thing that you happen in the NBA where every game felt like a crooked game and you couldn't trust any ref. And
Scott Fisher.
And if the NFL turns into that, then you have to throw a decade worth of football out the window.
MLB with Angel Hernandez, bro.
Oh, horrible. The officiating was so corrupt, and so you don't want that to happen. And so I understand that if gambling becomes much more prevalent in society, the union needs to be strong because you need these people to be rock solid. If they're gonna ref these games, and these games have billions of dollars on the line, these guys better be top-notch A+ referees of the game. They better know the rules inside and out. They better be able to go toe-to-toe with any coach and say, look, this is my rules. I'm officiating this way, yada, yada, whatever, right? Stand by their calls, or else, shit, man, it's going to be chaos. And people are going to think that there's corruption everywhere.
Bro,
and
speaking of
I was going to say, there needs to be like a one-strike rule. One strike that you're found out that you're cheating or you're influencing any line, that's it. You're out. You don't get a second shot.
I almost got ejected.
I almost got ejected this last Wednesday. All right, so my little league team.
Of course you would.
No. Hear me out. All right, this ump can fucking blow me straight up, bro. Like fuck this dude. All right, so. My little homie Nicholas, he's my right fielder, right? We're up to bat, all right. Little homie, little blonde kid, looks like little one of the kids from Stranger Things, all right. Stepping up to the plate, he getting ready, he's doing his thing, he's in his stance, and this 12-year-old like just hurls a two-seam at him, bro, like we were all even like, holy shit, like did that kid just throw that? Like he was like when Nicholas stepped up, like he started throwing gas at him. It had to be like the third pitch on this kid's count. And just ding the shit out of little Nicholas, bro. Like just straight, like just got him right in the ribs. And Nicholas took it like a champ. Nicholas is fucking 9 years old. Okay, I coach 9 to 12. This motherfucker gonna tell me and make sure he said it to even the parents heard. I almost had to throw hands with him, and we met between the home plate and the pitcher's man. I was like, no, bro, like come here, like no, we need to talk like right now. I'm like, bro, yeah, we're test. And like I'm in his shit, bro. And he's like, your player jumped into the ball. I was like, he's fucking 9 years old. You mean to tell me he jumped into a two-seam fastball? I'm like, I'm on the field. I'm like, suck my fucking dick, bro. I was like, you. I'm sitting here pointing in his face, like you, your whole fucking family. And he was like, if you fucking curse one more time, I'm gonna eject you. And I was like, frick you. And I walked my ass back over to third base, bro.
Imagine that a 9-year-old leans into a punch.
Bro, I literally and I like one of the things that I yelled, I bring the story up because like one of the things I yelled, I was like, you got money on this shit? I was like, you insider trading, bro? And to make it worse,
Robbie Pinella over here.
Bro, to make it worse, we lost 3-1 off of walks.
Ooh, that's tough.
Walks. We lead the league in steals, strikeouts, home runs. Like, you can't tell me that you're not trying to give this team their first win of the season. And like I coach like little badass ghetto kids. You know, I'm like Keanu Reeves off of fucking hardball, bro.
Oh my fucking god! I'm not ready for this.
like we're playing the rich kids over in Baltimore.
I was waiting how long for that reference.
I'm like, yo, yeah, straight up to that ref, bro. I hope that you're watching the show. And just know that I'm a fucking shit in your umpire mask the next game that you have to officiate for us. I'm gonna rip it off and I'm gonna fucking pull my pants out for it. I'm gonna shit in it right there on the pitcher's mound, bro. Steaming pile. Y'all ready for a drinking game?
Oh no.
Sure.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You're a bartender, John. Of course you're ready.
Of course. I'm a bartender. I minor in alcoholism. I'm always ready for a drinking game.
Oh, you only minor in it?
I only minor in it. I don't have my major yet. I'm still working on it.
So we're gonna allow the panel. All right. So each panel member has the opportunity to make the rest of the panel drink. Okay. Here's how we're gonna play this. We're gonna go around the horn. All right. And we're playing better, worse, or same drinking game. All right. You drink if you feel like a team has gotten worse this past off season. Okay. Actually, throw out same. Throw out same. Like so if they're worse, you take like a full gulp. All right. Like you take take a grown man sip. Okay.
Yeah. Big boy sip.
Yeah. If it's same, you can kind of coast it, take a little a little swig and good. All right. So like a full sip is probably about like a 4-second sip, like a little one is maybe like you quick, you knock it back, set your drink down. Each of you get to pick a team. We start with Taco down at the bottom and we work our way back up. All right. So each of you get a team, better or worse. You can say your team if you want. That's just a little biased and probably not as fun. But yeah, y'all ready to begin?
Can we do layups, or are we trying to actually get people to think?
I don't want layups.
Let's do a snake. We do each go twice.
Yep, each go twice. Yep, we each go twice. So that'll give us 16, or if there's 6 members, that's 12. We'll bring up 12 teams. Yo, and I fucking work in finance, and I just messed that up. Wow. Taco.
All right, so instead of going with a layup, I'll make it a little difficult. The Cowboys.
Ooh.
Better or worse?
I would say
same.
Are they the same? Are they the same without Amari Cooper?
They're worse.
Can we sit here and honestly say they're the same team?
They're worse without Amari, bro. Straight up.
They may be better on defense, but they're not better on offense.
They're not better on offense. I'm going to say they're worse. I'm going to say they're worse.
I take it back. I think they are better.
Wow.
No. Not because it's because Dak is 1 year forward. I think that makes them so much better.
Payne.
If that's why healthy, okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And here's why when we do Rumboyz NFL AM, we have to have both either Pang or Raj on set Sunday mornings. That contrarian shit right there, that's a premium shit that you pay for. That's the premium shit that you pay for.
Someone pointed out to me, I was kind of sitting on Dak, and he was like, you knew Dak threw like basically 40 touchdowns, right? And I'm like, what? And he was like 4,500 yards, right? And he's like, I'm like, yeah. And he's like, now he can move again. I'm like, fuck, dude, motherfucker might be right. The old line's a little bit worse.
That's part of the reason I think it's the same is because
it's about the same.
Balance
the old line's a little bit worse. I think that's gonna hurt it. But if Dak is better, that's better because quarterback's way so heavy. Like
right. Job where you shit in your helmet. Fucking
I have to throw up my drink back into this cup. So
I think I'll give them the same. I mean, I just think on offense, losing Amari Cooper, it's just we're so quick to just say, oh yeah, CeeDee Lamb is going to walk right in and be a stud. And it's like, I don't know. It's hard to just,
I would argue
pencil that in.
Makes the team a bit worse because he was actually pretty productive.
Yeah.
Hey yo, we got the homie J Love in the chat. Hey JB, in the words of YG, SFB 400. Like, let's go. We about to run it. Baby.
J Love, what's good?
Fours up in this bitch.
I think the underrated thing is the Cowboys line got worse this year. Going into next year, you're not going to get both 1,000 yards from Zeke just on the ground and a combined 1,000 yards from Pollard.
No.
I don't think you're getting both of those things again. The offense isn't staying on the field. The offense is not sustaining drives the way to previously, which will put more pressure on the defense that was often able to get off the field quickly and create a lot of short fields for them through Diggs' interceptions.
And here's the thing. We knew that this team is running out of money. We know this team is running out of money.
He was zero or hero on a lot of those plays, giving up a lot of huge plays on defense. So the drives were over quick because either they got the turnover or they gave up a huge play for a touchdown.
Yeah,
they weren't on the field that much.
Okay.
I'd be interested to see what the Cowboys' time of possession is, and I can guarantee you here it's going to be at least 4 minutes less.
Pat. Hey, I got one better for you. ATS, right? Against the spread. Cowboys are going to disappoint you. They're going to be 4th worst team in the league against the spread. I'm gonna give them 4th. This team is going to let you down. 3-point spreads, 7-point spreads. They're going to be just by a hair.
They're going to be a bookie's best friend. The Cowboys are going to be the bookie's best friend.
You're not playing. When you're hitting the books this year, like y'all know me, I bet every team, every game. I have skin in it. When Sunday rolls around, Thursday, Sunday, and Monday, we know what this channel does. I don't think I'm fucking with Dallas this year. Like I'll still like bet them because I have to make content around them. But like I'm only playing it for the content. I'm not expecting So just a little word to the wise. Hey, Jay Bats, it's your first turn up.
I have a team that I've been so hot and cold on for like years now. But I want to know what the panel thinks about the New York Jets. What do we think about the Jets? We think they got better? Do we think they got better with Garrett Wilson and defensive ads? And we think they're a better team?
Mike is drinking. What the
worse?
If you drink,
time worse.
They can't be worse.
Mike, no, you gotta give us a take. You gotta give us a take.
Oh, I drank opposite.
Oh, he drank.
We have 2 teams into the game. Way better. Okay. You don't have
way
to
better.
drink.
Okay. Good. Because but this is the problem. I've fallen for this trap of the Jets before, where I've like, yup, they're good again. I believe in Robert Saleh. I believe in what they're doing. I believe in their offense. If Zach Wilson takes even a minute step forward, their offense should be really good, and I believe in them. And I've had this conversation in my head before a million times with the Jets, and it's like, nope, somehow they seem to screw it up. So I'm just worried, are the Jets going to screw it up, or are they going to finally break in to be a borderline, 500 team? Like, even if they can get to 500, even if they're 500, I think that's a successful team for the Jets.
Here's the problem with the Jets. Even if they got better, they're still the worst team in the division.
That sucks.
Why'd you have to make that so negative, Taco?
I know too many Jets fans.
But can you just let Jets fans like even if they win one more game more than that, like come on,
fuck the
bro.
Jets fans, bro.
He's a Giants fan.
I'm in New York. You understand? It's like Met fans.
The bar is on the floor.
UFC segment will be coming. UFC segment will be coming in the show.
The bar is 4-13 with a minus 196 point differential.
Right.
You don't think that they can?
Yeah, I think they can go 500. I think they're a 500 team. If they're a 500 team, it's a successful season for the Jets, in my opinion.
And development from Zach Wilson.
100%. You show progress in both Elijah Moore and Garrett Wilson. You show progress in Hall and what's his name? Brees Hall and Zach Wilson. And this offense all of a sudden shows some life towards the end of the season. And you're 500. And you're like, okay, good. I feel good about my future. I think the Jets could do that.
The defense wasn't terrible. They are often put into shitty ass situations.
Horrible situation. And Robert Saleh is a defensive-minded coach. Their defense will figure it out. I'm not worried about their defense. They have on paper. They have the players. Yeah, they have players. I mean, they have players. The cornerback that they got, Bryce Hall's an unbelievable cornerback. I mean, they have players that can run Saleh's defense. So I'm not worried about their defense. Their defense will always be middle of the road. It's their offense that I'm stressed.
The biggest worry is the offensive line.
John chose a team that most of us were gonna say better because when he was on the date before the show, they had a bottle of wine, so he's like,
we did have a bottle of wine. I gotta slow down a little. I gotta cool it. I gotta go slow. I had a bottle of wine. I had a couple of drinks at dinner before this. I'm like feeling good. I got an espresso martini with me. I'm feeling good.
Let's go.
Martini. Hey, that's fancy.
I know.
Right there.
He's a bartender. Of course, he's gonna show up with a fancy drink. Pang, what you got for us, bro? Who's your team?
Let me think. There's a couple of teams that come to mind. That's like, are they better or worse? Are they better or worse or the same? I want to see what's worse. It's gonna be a tough one. Shoot. Give me the Lions. Are they better or worse?
Damn, he took mine. Hey, they are better. They are better.
I mean, they're better. They're better, but better is so. I mean, they were so bad. So better, it's like obviously they're better. I mean, they're better than the worst. They're better than the worst.
They're the NFC Jets.
Yo,
yeah,
they are. They're the NFC Jets.
It's the same.
Yo, Detroit. I have faith in y'all. Okay.
I think Jameson Williams is on the pup. He's not playing.
Yeah, and that's my point. I think they're not actually better.
Like, they're the same. Well, what you have is Hawkinson and Swift healthy, which makes you better.
Yeah, DJ Shark who got bounced out of a crappier team.
Yeah, you got DJ Shark who's an absolute dart throw. And he's on a contract here. He's on a prove it deal. So you hope you get the best out of DJ Chark, but yeah, it's not. You're not banking overall.
I'm gonna still drink because I want to drink. But Detroit, I love y'all motherfuckers. All right.
Y'all are better.
I've done a lot of comedy. Hold on, half of my stand-up that's been on this show has been about your teams. I've made Red Wings jokes. I've made Tigers jokes. I've made Lions jokes. I made Pistons. I don't think I've made any Pistons. I need to write some Pistons material.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised St. Pat's still here.
I've gone in on Detroit, but I'm giving y'all this one. You're better. Okay.
Agreed.
I will say, I heard this a day or two ago. Dan Campbell is the best odds for first coach fire.
Coach of the year or first coach
fire
for next year.
Bro,
I don't think it's the case. I don't think that's the case. Do not take that bet ever.
No,
they didn't give him a 6-year deal for firing him.
Vegas can lick my ass, bro.
But with that being said, as someone that's born in Detroit, even though I'm not a Lions fan, Brad Holmes is not one of the worst GMs in the city. It's definitely Al Avila, but Brad Holmes is doing something.
Yes,
I would trust it. I'm more afraid of this Lions team than I was this time last year as a Packers fan.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
They've got a top five O line that
division is going to be closer than what people think, and I wholeheartedly believe that motherfuckers need to pay more attention to the North. Like, the Bears are going to be the Bears. And I really wholeheartedly believe that they are going to be the bottom of that division. But when you talk Packers and Vikings, I think Detroit can improve.
If you were telling me Detroit has Jameson Williams week 1, then it's a different story. Jameson Williams walking into your offense week 6, cold, coming off the pup, is a little different. And I think that's where there's a big discrepancy in that offense. Otherwise, you're baking on Amon-Ra St. Brown, DeAndre Swift and Tyler and Hawkinson, whatever.
It's the same rosters last year.
Which are the same pieces you had, which is exactly what you had.
The Lions last year, though, were in so many one-possession games that could have been one ball going the other way. They had
But
It took an NFL record field goal to beat them by the Ravens.
Listen, your quarterback is
one.
Jared
They don't
Goff.
have to do 3-13-1. They don't have to do a lot more to be a lot better.
Hey,
You
for
didn't
real,
ask-
for real,
no,
for real,
But a few bounces going
We
differently.
didn't say if their record was
Hey.
going to be better. We just asked if we think they're a better team this time.
I think the Lions are much better. Team.
Watch the Lions be like they're gonna be there when you go into your bookie, whether it's DraftKings, MGM, FanDuel, fucking Caesars, like bet maximum bet, like no matter who your bookie is that you're playing on this year, your odds for what Detroit is going, they're going to be underdogs for.
Oh, they're a
until
fun money line bet every
they're
week.
Going
They're
to,
such
they're
a fun money line bet.
I'm telling y'all, and they are going to. What Baltimore, for MLB, what the Baltimore Orioles did for you in June, you're going to be getting that from Detroit more times than not.
That's so fun. That's a fun. That's
take it for what it is.
Fun bet, man.
What did Cincinnati do last year? This channel called Cincinnati from beginning to motherfucking end. And the record books prove it. You can go back and watch any piece of content.
But they got a squad.
But we didn't know that going into the next.
We did not know that going into
Golf. That's all I gotta say.
Hey,
Jared Goff has been to a Super Bowl.
He's been to a Super Bowl. Jared Goff has been
That
to a
was
Super
Sean
Bowl.
McVay.
He's been a top six.
That was Sean McVay. I'll die on that hill.
He's been a top 6 fantasy quarterback. You can't say that just happens with a coach.
Yeah, I'm not.
Sean McVay could win with Mark Sanchez.
Listen.
Doug Peterson won with Nick. Hold on.
Give us your team.
Doug Peterson won with Nick Foles. Okay.
I'm not in on Jared Goff. I can't.
Yeah, exactly.
Think Nick Foles.
We're driving down.
Come on, Pat.
I-94. We're gonna end up in Chicago.
Ooh.
Or the Bears.
Oh, they got way worse. They got way worse.
I'm gonna say they're the same.
I think they're closer to the same.
I think they're better. I would say they're better.
I say the same.
Oh, you're getting a full year of Fields. Like the Fields experiment
Fields is
no longer.
trash.
What?
I think that Fields is not what we like. If you
He's
give
not what
Fields
you
weapons,
hope
if you give Fields is definitely that quarterback. Going back to that heated debate that we were having about Baker earlier, even takes that we've mentioned about Jared Goff in the past on this show, years and years in the past. These are quarterbacks that need weapons. When Cat made with the 49ers, he needed those weapons that he had around him. When Joe Flacco made it to Super Bowl, he needed those weapons that he had around him. These are guys that Matt Stafford is the greatest example of this. He was not. He had some good seasons, but he also had fucking Megatron. Like, let's face it, he had some good seasons with the Lions and more bad seasons than good seasons. You gave him the pieces and the right coach and the right GM and all that. He made it happen. He got
an arm though.
I'm not gonna say that Fields can do what Stafford did, but first off, we're judging him off his sophomore year coming up here.
His rookie year.
Well, no, I'm talking about his upcoming year. Year. That's why I said his sophomore year. Yeah. But we're judging him off of like what he's about to do with this lineup, and I don't think that it's a fair assessment. I'm not taking his rookie year into account, really, just because that organization was all over the fucking place. McClaskey, I'm sorry, Virginia, I love you, but getting a little old, and you got to start moving some pieces around.
Bad franchise.
Who's the 25-year-old wide receiver they got?
Quarterbacks.
Fucking Felix Jones. Hey
Jerry Atrick Jones. Say it right.
Jerry Atrick Jones. Hey, but Adam. Hey, the homie Adam loves him. The homie Rank loves him.
I'm hearing a lot of good things about him.
Yeah, I would hope so. He should be developed. He's almost in retirement age. I would hope he's developed at this point. People want to tell me he's a developed route runner. I'd hope so. He's 26 years old. I hope he's developed his route tree at this point.
If you do not have your grown man strength at 25,
I hope he's developed it.
Puberty did not treat you well as a child, bro. Like straight up.
26.
I hope he can win rookie of the year.
The Bears doing better because
win rookie of the year and comeback player of the year in the same year.
I to blue check marks that live in Chicago. Like I'm Blair fans. I'm tired of listening to
I'm not subscribing
to
to that theory just because you got rid of Nagy. I don't think that that's going to to make you better per se, because you're thrusting a new coach into a position with not as great of personnel that Nagy had to work with. So I think that the Bears become Detroit. Straight up. I got the Bears finishing last in the North. Straight up, bro. No advance or buts about it. Place it on your futures right now. Go place it on your futures right now. You'll thank me later. This is also the same channel that told you that the Bengals were going to do what they did last year, and we made money on futures last year. Yo, it's just Chaz up in the live chat. Dilly.
I haven't seen Chaz in a minute now.
Of course, Chaz came when we were talking about his Bears.
But also, he said we'll be a better locker.
You got Justin Fields who learned how to be a pro with Matt Nagy as his coach. Like now
he's already behind the curve.
He's got to relearn stepping into pros.
Hey, here's the thing. The NFL isn't America back in 2004. This ain't No Child Left Behind, okay? You don't remember that shit? They lowered like the whole grading scale. Like you had like these kids that were like, "Yo,
yeah." How do you think I got my high school diploma? I got it because of No Kid Left Behind. Thank Christ that program came into effect. I would have been left behind. I would have been still. I would have been fixing carburetors. I would have been
Justin
in
Fields
trouble.
needs that shit. Hey, Goodell, put through a no player left behind clause, bro. Hey, it might work out better for your fucking veterans that you treat like shit.
What do you think that is for Josh Rosen?
That joke worked on 2 levels.
Josh Rosen.
Quarterback
left behind.
Mike, what's your team, better or worse? Let's see if you can get us drunk or not.
I just want to know what people's opinions, because I am going to be drinking on this one, and it might be a little rough, or might be a little controversial. Tennessee Titans.
Better or worse? Oh, worse.
I mean,
They're a lot worse.
AJ Brown. You get. They probably.
How are you going to go back to the same playbook from a season from like a season or two ago?
Yeah, weren't, right? Like you're
Bobby Trees.
Well, besides the wide receiver situation and all that, and I'm not going to dog Derrick Henry partly because Robbie's here, but I still think Derrick Henry
will produce no matter what.
I think this is the last year that Tannehill is anything.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah.
If anything,
you'll probably be on the Colts next year. The Colts are going to be like, man, this Matt Ryan thing didn't work. Like, let's try this other guy.
I'll tell you, Matt Ryan, don't sleep on Matt Ryan.
Scampers has been believing on Matt Ryan. Right. Matt Ryan's going to be a problem this year.
Yo, we need a for this episode. We do need a Josh Rosen ticker because I think we brought his name up at least like 15 plus times.
Did you really? You brought his name up multiple times.
Oh yeah, bro. We had a whole segment about him almost.
Yo, that's so interesting. What a weird person to have a.
But the jokes have been coming like that, bro. Like the jokes tonight have just been like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
Like,
John, we were talking about USC and UCLA joining the Big Ten.
That
was a relevant.
Thank you, Mike. I completely forgot. Like, when did we talk about Josh?
I can't wait for UCLA Rutgers.
No, you want to know why?
It's be out of control.
You want to know why? Because I'm a UCLA fan, so I spent 3 years cheering that son of a bitch.
Yeah, you did. That's your fucking fault too, though.
UCLA Rutgers in the snow is going to be such a fun game for UCLA. I can't wait. I can't wait. It's going to be unbelievable.
That's going to be
great. Okay. So yeah. Wait, what was the team again? Who do we just?
Oh yeah,
your turn.
Titans.
Titans.
We
talked about Titans. We all said they got
drank.
worse. Yeah.
I'm just gonna rip the Band-Aid off. I'm just gonna rip the fucking Band-Aid off.
Washington Commanders,
better or worse? Especially this is after the Terry signing.
Bro, I love you. You're a good friend.
John, say some shit right now.
I love you. You're a good friend of mine. Like you're a real good friend of mine.
We're slapboxing in Canton.
You're a real good friend of mine.
I want you two in Canton. You guys have to do the tortilla thing.
Yeah, just smash a tortilla. I'm gonna preface this with you're one of my best friends on this planet. The Commanders they might be in contention for the number 1 overall pick next year. They are not that good of a friend. They just I think I love Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin's unbelievable. He's a great talent. He's a great future pick. Next year, that team is not going to be good. But the future is bright. but next year is going to be real rough. I just think it's going to be difficult for them.
So I feel opposite. Having Chase Young back, and obviously, like I said earlier, like the homie from the Washington football team, from the Commanders, he just sent me a text, while we're here on the show. Obviously, that's my DraftKings app. But the homie Chef Mel just hit me up. It sounds like Gibson is from what he's telling me, like a couple of players that are out here in Colorado Springs training, because Pikes Peak is like across the street from my apartment, which is why the fuck I pay $1,700 in fucking rent, and I don't know why. But that aside, and from what I'm hearing, Chase. So Chase is out here, AG's out here, Terry's out here.
Curtis Samuel's healthy for once.
I love it. I love all the pieces. I just hate that you have Carson Wentz as your engine.
I don't hate Carson Wentz just because of he is good enough, especially when healthy, to where he's just mediocre enough to get us number 2 in the East. Maybe. I don't think that Dallas gets. I don't think that. I think the Eagles get 1. I have the Eagles getting 1 hands down. I just ruined it if any of y'all brought up the Eagles, and I'm so sorry for that.
That's fine.
I did not mean. I promise. I did not mean that. But I do wholeheartedly believe the Eagles, without a shadow of a fucking doubt, take 1. I think the division is going to be close. It's the NFC East. No team has repeated winning the division twice since 2010.
Tough division.
Yeah, super tough division. Only division in the NFL with all 4 teams having a motherfucking Lombardi. Okay, it took the green team a little hot minute, but that's okay. With that being said, I think Philly places 1. I think Washington and Dallas battle out for number 2, and I think Washington edges Dallas out just enough. Going back to what Payne brought up with Trayvon Diggs, giving up, he was either 0 or hero. I think that receivers have now, with enough film, figured out how they could just zero you the fuck out. Because previous to last season, Cowboys fans hated Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs was easy to beat. He just had to make a turn. He gets lost.
Not having Amari, I feel like is super. Not having another pedigree wide receiver. For Dallas, I think that hurts. Gallup's not staying, or not Gallup. Wilson. No, it's Gallup. It's Gallup. Gallup's not staying fucking healthy. We already know this. You got CeeDee Lamb, who's like super young in his career, and then you got Tolbert.
I'll say this though.
So
Washington,
go Taco.
Washington has a coach that I really like in Ron Rivera.
Oh,
Ron Rivera gets shit done.
Great coach.
And I think that's the biggest X factor they have with Wentz is that he did it with Heineke. You had Alex Smith get hurt on him, and he still put a competitive team out there. So I think he'll find a way with Wentz to get enough done to, like you said, make at least the second, third, seed in the division and make it a real battle for a wild card. Because you have a decent defense with Chase Young and some of the other young guys they have on that defensive line.
But I don't see a reality where the Commanders finish worse than the Giants.
No, the Giants will be the bottom. No, we're not talking about the Giants, bro. Like they're
even I said second or third.
No, but I think John said that earlier. Is that they're
I think they could be. I think they could be below the Giants. I think they could. I think they could struggle. I think they could. There's a scenario where the Giants have a better season than the Commanders, and that's nothing against. Listen, I just don't believe in Carson Wentz at all. That's just 100% on Carson. Me, in my opinion, of Carson Wentz, where I just don't believe he needed everything and an elite coach, an elite defense, everything to go right for him to have a run, and then gets injured, and then the team ends up winning a Super Bowl. But his MVP season was propped up on a lot of other things other than him, whereas I don't think he can just sit there and take a franchise over and say, no, this is my team now. And all of a sudden the Commanders are just in it every week. It's just going to be a difficult – they're a quarterback away from being a very legitimate franchise. I think they have every other piece there, which sucks because I think they have every other major piece. You have your running back, you have your wide receiver, you have your defensive core. You just don't have your quarterback, which is really difficult to win in the NFL.
I want to agree with some of that, but I mean, the problem with Wentz that Wentz has ever had is he's always been left of lackluster wide receiver corps, right? Like we were talking about this. I messaged like football guys for one of their mailbags, and he was like, their best weapon he's ever had was Zach Ertz, right? And then it falls off to like after prime time Alshon. Like, that's not good. Alshon was
2018
Alshon that played 3 games.
Yeah, 2018 Alshon Jeffrey.
Jalen
right?
Reagor.
I mean, like, was he really good? Right? Like, the answer is he really wasn't at that point. He was good enough, but then it goes Michael Pittman, who we are unsure how great he is. We know he's good enough for now, but it could be a Carson Wentz thing because he didn't do much with Rivers on his rookie year. So this Washington offense, all the pieces just look better. Short of the line's a little bit of a toss-up, but Curtis Samuel, Jahan Dotson, Terry McLaurin, J.D. McKissick, Logan Thomas / John Bates, and Antonio Gibson. That's like a very, very, very balanced team. Oh yeah, and he tops up Lake Torrey Smith and Greg Ward. Like, yeah, thanks, Dad. But like, these were not like, oh yeah, amazing. And then Mike Wallace, that was, I think, an Eagle for a minute, or kind of. I forget if he was. I think he was trying to be, but he could never make it onto the field. It's like, then he goes to fucking the Colts, who have Pittman, Pascal Campbell, T.Y. Hilton, and those 3 other guys literally did nothing, right? Besides Pittman. And Mo Alley Cox was good for like 3 games. So it was JT and Michael Pittman. Like, yes, that's cool, right? I want to give, and here people will say, well, the line was there good. No, the line actually took a huge step back last year. That line was supposed to be a top 5 line, and it being like a mid-16 or at least after 12. So we want to give Wentz crap, but that offense, the Colts, wasn't that great. And now the weapons look better. Curtis Samuel's healthy. That dude's amazing. Jahan Dotson lives up to his first-round pick. That's amazing. You get Terry McLaurin, who is
Amari
up there at the top. It's amazing. So, like, give me that. Give me that way better than what we've seen. So they are better because Taylor Heineke was really fucking bad.
I just get worried that you have a Ferrari body with a Honda engine in Carson Wentz. That's all I get worried about with Washington. Is that you have all these pieces that look nice, all these parts that look sexy, and then you step on the gas and you're like, nah, it's still Carson Wentz running this offense, and that's just the problem. That's the only thing that stops my excitement for this team. Everything else on paper looks good. Everything else on paper I want to buy into.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, and I think that's completely fair.
Mike,
do you get a second one?
Yeah, everyone gets a second. Go ahead.
Oh, we're going to.
But you need your second.
Yeah, we're doing snakes. So you get a second one. We double back.
New Orleans.
Ooh.
I was thinking about.
Damn you! I should have went.
They're fucking.
Well, is this before or after the Winston injury? Because like now that
is Kamara getting suspended? What's happening here? How much am I drinking?
Here's your question. Here's your context.
No Sean Payton.
Is Michael Thomas back?
They're 7-10 last year, and they lost Sean Payton. Go.
I mean, but I'm adding Winston and Michael Thomas
too. Didn't they lose Marcus Williams?
I'm worried more at coaching. And I think that's
fuck it. I'm
drinking. They got worse. I'm drinking. They got worse.
They may end up being they'll be an 8-9 team that would have been beaten by the 7-10 team.
Before I drink, I want to preface by saying this. I think Michael Thomas is done.
Whoa. Done. Actually, there was footage of him running routes today.
That's my fantasy sleeper, man. Don't do that to me.
No. I've been all on the Chris Olave train.
Yeah, I'm on the Olave train.
Listen, I think the team is. They're clearly in a rebuild right now. They're not in a win now mode. They're not in a win now mode. If you think that the Saints and again, I respect New Orleans. I love that city. If you think the Saints fans even think that they're in a win now mode, you're crazy. They're trying to float through and have a competitive team. They're not trying to win a Super Bowl. They're trying to see what they got in Olave. They're trying to see what they got left in the.
I love Scampers. Scampers, you're a Dodgers fan. Scampers, you're a fucking Dodgers fan? Yes!
Yes, baby! Let's go!
Sorry. All right. I didn't mean
No,
that.
you're
I'm so
fine.
sorry. I'm bringing it back.
That's how Winston was when they signed Landry, baby.
So I think it's going to be exactly. I think their offense will be good enough. I think they'll be a middle of the pack team. I think they'll be an okay. You know what I'm saying? Like they'll be fine. They'll be all right. They'll be the Saints, typical Saints.
They'll be
they'll win. They'll win 5-6 games. It'll be fine.
I think the Saints' window to win the division closed when Tom Brady unretired.
Yeah,
I think they saw the potential of, okay, we can make a move and make a run for the division. Who's going to stop them in that division if Tom doesn't play in Tampa?
Right.
But now Tom's back and it's the Bucs division to lose. And the Saints say, okay, fuck it.
We'll just wait a year till Tom retires. Yeah, we'll just wait a sec.
Or
this
two.
This old man's gonna be gone soon enough. Like we're gonna wait.
Well, next year he's going to Miami.
Oh Jesus, he's gonna go to Miami and he's gonna be part owner. He's gonna be an owner / coach / player.
He's gonna one up Pete Rose. He's gonna
pull
player
Pete
coach.
Rose.
I'm gonna be owner too.
Player, coach, and owner. Tom Brady.
Pat, what you got?
Let's go.
Wait, you went, Mike?
No, it's fine. I'll go after Pat.
No, go, Mike. I'm so. the Saints was the one I wanted.
That's what I was going to. Carolina Panthers.
Ooh wee. Shit. I think they got worse. Wait,
Yeah,
Sam
they got
Darnold. Year 2 of Sam Darnold. Ugh.
It's like the same.
It's the same. I think they're the same, to be honest with you. I think they're the same.
That's what I think.
I'll take a little sip.
I think they might be better if Robbie Anderson leaves.
That's funny.
Okay.
Robbie Anderson thinks he's so much better than he is.
I'm gonna throw a condition on this because of a discussion we had earlier. Better or worse if they get Baker Mayfield?
Better.
Oh, better.
Oh, better.
They're better than with Sam Darnold. You're kidding yourself if you think they're not.
Amy is trash.
Yeah.
He's
Sam
trash.
Darnold is.
Mike, remember when you were victory lapping like week 4 about Sam Darnold last year?
Shut up!
Yo, that shit was a real thing, motherfucker. That was real.
To be fair,
Bill
I think a lot of
Belichick
people were. They were
broke Sam
3-0.
Darnold. Bill Belichick broke that man.
He was my QB. He was my QB sleeper of the year. He was the one that I was like.
And then you got him and traded him off for someone better. It worked out great.
But he's still on my roster. Fuck you.
And then he got ruined by I'm Back, who did 2 plays, 2 touchdowns,
No,
and then
I have a roster. I mean, I have more than just them 2, so I'm not dead yet. But I got a roster in a single QB league that 2 of my quarterbacks on the bench are Drew Lock and Darnold. Okay, I'm fucked.
Oh boy!
Because if Stafford goes down, I am screwed.
Well, not if you heard Pete Carroll talking about Locke.
Oh.
Do you ever listen to what fucking Pete Carroll says?
Pretty boy Pete loves his players.
I cannot understand Pete Carroll between the smile and the gum. So
He knows how to really talk up that coach speak.
Jesus Christ, does he ever?
No, he's gonna go teach a school at college, a class in college, once he retires about coach speak.
Oh,
established in the run.
He's unbelievable at it.
He could have his own ESPN show, like Gruden's Grinders and shit.
Oh, Scampers, fucking, that's a good comment. I think that's really what's going to happen. Robbie, can you pull it up?
Was Robbie Anderson's season akin to Allen Robinson's season? Did he just?
Is he just going to magically have an injury and just not be able to come back this season?
Right? Like, why wouldn't he? He's just like
Robbie Anderson did that last year.
So wait. I'm looking into my crystal ball. You're not drafting Robbie Anderson this year. Period. I don't care what round he falls to you. I don't care what round he falls to you.
Why would
I don't care. I don't care.
Draft Robbie Anderson.
You let Robbie Anderson hit the waiver wire straight up. There is no number one. There's no such thing as a number one in Carolina. You will have no Carolina Panthers.
With DJ Moore, it's Christian McCaffrey.
You'll have Christian McCaffrey.
I've never had DJ Moore on a championship winning team. I've had DJ Moore on teams. I've never had him on a championship winning team.
DJ Moore is like
honest.
the epitome of Brandon Cooks with no touchdowns.
100%.
Just like 80 to 90 catches, 4 touchdowns. That's his number every year. Like 80 catches, 4 touchdowns, some form of 1,100 yards the last 3 years.
Has he ever had a quarterback?
No. But that's why he's Brandon Cooks. He's basically QB proof at this point.
He hasn't had a quarterback since Maryland.
5 random guys and still put up 1,100 yards, 80 to 90 catches, and 4 touchdowns. Like, that's his stat line because the Panthers just are allergic to quarterbacks after Cam.
There's more thick sixes a year than there are. There
are DJ Moore touchdowns.
DJ Moore.
There's more in
like,
1
why
week.
do we love him so much? And then I looked at it. I was like, played with 5 quarterbacks, 2 of which were like XFL guys. Comes in, Derek Anderson's season was interestingly good for him too. Like, and I'm like, fuck. That must be sucked to be like DJ Moore because he's always wide receiver like 18, like every fucking year. Like just wide receiver
1,200 yards and 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns. That is him. And it's like he's QB proof, but we don't talk about him like that because it's DJ Moore. We love him. Everybody loves him.
Who do we got? Who do we got next?
Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, that was mine.
They're better. I'm gonna fucking say it. They are better.
They're better than
their
their record last
draft. They got rid of that fucking liability, Marquise fucking Brown, who dropped 5 touchdowns in 1 game. I didn't even know that was fucking possible, but he fucking did. That dude's a liability.
That's a stat.
He did it to the Lions too. Out of all the fucking teams.
So I drank to that one. Yeah, I'm not feeling.
I think they're the same.
I think they say the same. Yeah, they say the same. They say the same. I think they stay the same.
I think adding J.K. Dobbins and Gus Bus back into the mix,
automatically.
When is Gus coming back? What's the news? I know J.K. is coming back probably week 1. Like news sounds good. What's the news on Gus Edwards?
Yeah, like this is a running team that had no running back. I think first week they started like undrafted. Practice squad player.
Tyson Williams.
Here we go.
Rest in peace, Tyson season.
And that's a running first team.
Yeah,
that's a huge difference. I think that's a difference maker.
Fair.
They had a great draft. Their draft was ridiculous.
Yeah, their draft was super good. They fucking added depth. They're a better team.
And
sometimes you need to get rid of weapons to make your quarterback better. Because Lamar would always be tricked, right? He'd be like, Marquise is open, but he forgets that, fucking Marquise Brown sees ghosts. So he just, fucking drops and shit. And I think it's better for him.
Okay. Pang, what's your second team?
Well, fuck, it wasn't going to be that fucking team, but now I have to fucking figure it out now. Oh, fuck me, man.
I mean, no pressure.
Hot take, the Bengals don't make the Super Bowl if Lamar stays healthy.
I don't think the Bengals will make the Super Bowl again. It's super hard to make a Super Bowl back to back.
If Lamar had stayed healthy, Bengals don't make the run that they make.
No.
I don't believe in the Bengals.
Give me the Steelers. Did the Steelers get better this year?
Did the Steelers get better? I'm gonna say.
I want to say yes.
I'm not gonna say yes. I think that team is falling.
I'm gonna sip.
Yeah, I'll sit.
I could take a sip. I could say they're the same or slightly better, or the same or slightly worse. I don't think they're dramatically worse this time around.
I'm interested in seeing how Mitch Trubisky handles that quarterback because Ben was done, and now if Mitch can give you anything, I mean, let's face it, as bad as Mitch was, he put up winning records with Matt Nagy, which is kind of crazy.
You know who could help Chase Claypool? Fucking Mitch could, because Claypool fits that profile that fucking Mitch loved.
Yeah,
big tall dude running down the seam and shit. Like he loved that shit, and I think. But here's the thing: Big Ben, can't throw 9s because his fucking arm's a 4. So he just done.
No can't throw 9s because arms a 4. Holy fuck!
That was a good one. So I think they're the same to better or same to worse if you just depending you look at Trubisky and how you feel about their draft. I think their draft was okay. It definitely got fucking shat on because of how great the Ravens draft was.
Okay.
Anybody else on that one?
John?
Sorry, joking. I was laughing. I was laughing at Pang.
Fucking four. Can't throw 9
times before. You can't throw 9 times before, bro.
They have that team still has like decent. Like one thing that Pittsburgh has always done, they've done well at drafting like wide receiver, and even like running back. This is the first time they haven't had to have like Big Ben, so I'm gonna just go worse, just off the brick. And I'm sorry for just Steelers fans because of that. John, who do you got?
I'm gonna say, what's going on with the Green Bay Packers? They get better or worse? The Green Bay Packers get better or worse?
Dog, hot take. I think Detroit. I think Detroit can move up in the division. I think that this could be Aaron Rodgers' worst year in the fucking North, bro. Wow. I think this could be. I'm sorry, Pat. Bro, I think this is it.
How about this? The year Aaron Rodgers lays his dick down and says, I'm the fucking man. I'm going to make Christian Watson a stud. I'm going to make Alan Lazard a stud. I'm going to make all these bums studs because I am Aaron freaking Rodgers. There is a chance he does that. And all of a sudden because he could still throw for 4,500 yards and 40 touchdowns. With the schlop, the air quote schlop he has, he could still do it because he's Aaron Rodgers. And so I'm not putting it out of the realm of possibilities.
Unless the Packers get another wide receiver, Aaron Rodgers is not even a QB1 this year.
Really? Wow.
That boils down to his lack of legs. Where did he finish last year in terms of fantasy? Probably what 9? He
still is really. He got me a championship. I ain't complaining.
He was QB what? I'm pretty sure.
I think he was 8 or 9. He was bottom QB1.
Like you're not
for sure.
Yo,
fantasy is a different conversation. Fantasy is you're right.
Hey, really quick. Can we just give a toast to all the fantasy players that fucking their whole goal is like I get trying to build the whole best roster as possible, like. But the people that just reach on everything, the people are like, "Oh, he was number 1 last year. I'm gonna get him this year." God, I fucking love you. Oh, thank you so much for. Thank you so much for you. You're the best player of all.
Is I do think they're a little bit worse, but I think even them getting worse, they're still going to win the division.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think
it's going to get. I think the gap's going to get closer, but I still think they come on top.
I don't know. Rodgers hyper targets guys so much that without having Adams there, I'm really a little bit worried who's going to step up because you have a lot of unproven guys and you need someone to step up and be an alpha for Aaron Rodgers.
Pat, back me up on this. Pat, back me up on this one. AJ Dillon is going to run the ball like crazy because Aaron Jones is going to catch the ball like crazy.
My God, that'd be a dream.
I can see both of those guys hitting 1,400 plus all-purpose yards each if both stay healthy.
Wow. Yeah, I mean,
is there any chance?
Give Tanyan 650. Give Tanyan 650 and 7 touchdowns.
Right.
Is there any chance that the Packers just go balls to the walls and sign like OBJ and Julio and say, "Hey, we got nothing."
There's no reason why you wouldn't, right? Like, there's no reason why you wouldn't say to Julio, like, "Hey, Julio, we'll bring you in for $1 million."
There's still money out there. In terms of what do I want to see?
Like, even if Julio gets hurt, it's still better than nothing.
Sure.
I don't trust though that aged Julio. Julio did not look.
He was QB6.
Yep, I just looked it up. Yeah, the 4 picks will definitely do that. And most of us take out week 1, and he's probably QB4.
Yeah.
That terrible game against the Saints where he joined the team late.
Oh yeah. Everyone was worried he was trash.
Whose team is next? Is it Taco now?
Taco's the last
Taco's the last one to go.
Yep, and I got to do this UFC card really quick, and then we're done.
All right. So then I guess the next team that I got to look at is what about the Patriots?
They overperformed last year.
Same. Yeah, I feel like they did overperform.
they did overperform, right? I mean, they got fucking embarrassed in the playoffs, which is such a telltale sign that you don't belong. Like, if in the playoffs you get your doors blown off like that, it's like, yeah, you're not ready. Like, you just shouldn't be here yet. Like, this isn't even close.
Well, not even that. I mean, you go back and you watch the film and you look at just how, like, we've never seen Belichick kind of minimize things to disguise a quarterback's flaws in that manner. You know, so that was very interesting for us. It's like, even when he threw in his backups, it wasn't as low key as it was for Mac Jones. I think that the Belichick knows. I feel like, you know, I mean, John, you probably know better than me, but I feel like Patriots Nation kind of knows.
He's a little overrated, Mac Jones.
Actually, I don't know if he's. I think the jury is still out. I think the best thing for us to say is that the jury is still out on Mac Jones. I don't think that we're definitive. I don't think that we're definitive. I don't think that he's bad. I don't think that he's good. I think that he knows how to follow. I think he knows.
The pulse around New England is he's good. The pulse around New England is he is good, and he is what we are building our franchise around. That is the vibe around New England. Everyone I talk to, everyone that I know who works at New England, everyone, all the people that I have in my web of Patriots is. Nah, he is that dude. He walks around with that swagger, like this is my team, and the Patriots treat it like it's Mac Jones's franchise, and so I think it is, and I think we're underrating Mac Jones, and maybe Mac Jones is Kirk Cousins, right? And maybe he is, maybe that's what he is. Maybe he's Matt Stafford. Maybe he's this, you know, he is one of these quarterbacks that's just in the right situation at the right time, can be really successful. And what a better place than New England to be in the right situation at the right time.
I mean, he's the second coming of Jimmy G.
The Patriots are also a harder offense to learn. We've seen better wide receivers.
No, I mean it is significantly a harder offense to learn. No. I'm not denying that. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, you know, like you know. I think that the most educated from an analysis standpoint. The most educated thing that we can say here, the most educated take we can say here is the jury is still out.
For sure.
I think that is the best way to put it.
I will say this.
He knows how to follow instructions.
He doesn't have any real weapons at wide receiver.
No,
he's a journeyman.
No.
But here's the thing, and here's why, going back to the jury is still out thing. That is because one, Belichick is one fucking amazing coach. Okay, that's step one. Two, when you're, I think that Matt kind of came in knowing like I have one of the greatest coaches of all time. I need to just listen to this man, you know?
Right.
Oh, Matt didn't throw a fuck ton last year, like compared to his colleagues at the position. So going back to what the discussion we had earlier, if you gave me between Baker or Mac Jones, I'm probably gonna be like, okay, well, Baker has more resume experience up on him. I'm probably gonna take that guy. You know?
Wow.
And that
I think Baker all day.
Yeah, I feel like in that scenario, like I would have to until I would need more evidence. Mac Jones has not put enough evidence.
How would you rather have Jimmy G or Mac Jones? If you have to win one
Jimmy
game?
G. I'm going
one game. That's different. One game. That's different. One game. I'll take Jimmy G. One game. But you're telling me right now if I'm building a franchise and I'm building a team, I would take Mac Jones over Jimmy Garoppolo.
Well, yeah, because he's the younger guy. But
there's a way. No, but there's a way I can still win a ring. Like we're talking NFL GM and not dynasty fantasy football type shit.
NFL like an NFL GM.
I'm probably gonna take Jimmy G, win as much as I can, see how far I can get, and use him as a bridge.
You got 2 years max with Jimmy Garoppolo.
That's a good bridge. Yeah. That's a good bridge.
You have 3 years of Mac Jones on his rookie contract. I would take 3 years of the rookie Mac Jones. That gives you so much financial flexibility. But I
also have to have a balance of winning now. And I don't know if he can win for me right now. If Jimmy G within his 2 year window can make me, can get me 11 wins, 12 wins, like I think I'm gonna take the guy that I know and his record has proven that he can get it done. He can do what Mac Jones does and still, be himself and do his thing. Like,
I don't know.
We talked on the show about how McVay made Goff.
Jared Goff. Yeah.
But Bill Belichick and Shanahan not making Garoppolo into the half-ass quarterback that he is.
After injury,
he did it with the Belichick. But you just said it. Under Belichick and Shanahan, bro, you did this underneath two great coaches. I'm sure you've picked up a thing or two along the way.
So why not take Mac Jones, who just did it with
because he's wet behind the ears. You just crawled out a pussy, bro. Like,
but that financial flexibility, man, I can't stress how much when you have the flexibility of a quarterback on a rookie contract, your offense you can start doing things like Miami and start signing, Tyreek Hill, start signing all these fucking pieces and sign everybody.
Trey Lance can't even beat out fucking Jimmy G.
They
traded more than earth to get this guy.
Well, that's also his injury right now. It's not.
It's the same draft. You had Mac Jones in that same draft, and they didn't move hell and earth to get Mac Jones. They moved hell and earth to get Trey Lance, and he can't beat Jimmy G out with the same coach.
That's not. But he's not. It's not a matter of him not being out.
That's the same thing, though.
Jimmy G.
He was a raw
has surgery on his shoulder and can't be traded right now until he's cleared.
And
plus he's on that contract. They couldn't sell him before the June 1st and just cut him.
I don't know how
the contract works.
I don't know how you can move off of Jimmy G when you have a 49ers team that's basically playoff ready, can be a Super Bowl contender for a rookie that doesn't know where to go.
So your argument is because this guy sat for a year, he's obviously not as good as a veteran. I would say that would be the same thing about Patrick Mahomes sitting year one.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I was about to
say. They're raw
prospects. Make that
they need time.
Yeah, for me personally, it's purely personal preference.
All right, how about this? Jimmy G had the messed up ligament in his hand, and they still didn't even have a package where they're putting Lance out there. All I'm saying is this: Jimmy G is a little bit better than we're giving him credit for because
I definitely agree to that. But post-injury G is just not as good as pre-injury G.
So on here, I'll give you a scenario, and I'll end it with this. I'll give you a scenario where I will take Mac Jones over somebody. Mac Jones over Sam Darnold, yes.
Yeah.
I would fucking hope so.
Mac Jones
over
Matt Ryan.
Hope so.
I would take Mac Jones over Matt Ryan.
I would take
Matt Ryan.
Mac Jones over Carson Wentz.
Wait, okay, give me Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz. Give me Carson Wentz there.
Mac Jones or Daniel Jones?
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
All day. Give me
Mac Jones or Jared Goff.
Mac Jones.
Jared Goff.
Neither.
That one's closer.
You're being a real cougar over there. Like,
that one's closer.
Just loving the age and the experience of everything.
That one's closer, bro.
And hating on a quarterback that started every single game.
Mac Jones.
I'd probably take Mac Jones over Jared Goff just because
I would take Mac Jones over Tua.
I'd take Mac Jones over Locke.
Oh my God.
Davis Mills
or
Mac Jones.
This is mad disrespectful. This is
Mills all day. Mills all day.
Yes.
I think I would take Davis Mills.
Here's a fun fact about Davis Mills. He was a 5-star high school recruit. Yeah. He was the number 1 quarterback recruit in high school. Yeah. So just marinate on that. So he was supposed to be awesome.
His scouting report literally read most NFL ready QB.
Yeah. Right.
Literally read that in his report.
Yeah. So he's been that dude.
He chose an education.
Davis Mills has been that dude. Don't let Stanford fool you. Davis Mills has been that dude. They can't have
smart dudes in the NFL. They were like,
it's not going to happen, apparently.
We're going to go ahead. We're going to get into our UFC card, real quick here.
Beautiful.
Because we got to take care of the bettors out there. And I know there's like a lot of people that have been waiting on me to drop this segment of the show. If you guys want to chime in, that's fine. I'm going to make it, nice and quick, real easy. Look, you got Macy Barber versus Jessica. So this is all on a 6-leg parlay. This is a 6-leg parlay at a plus
2260 odds over on DraftKings. Okay, again, that is a plus 2260 odds. Make sure y'all get on over there. Let's win the shmoney, baby. Shmoney. So first bet on the 6-leg parlay, we're going with Macy Barber at a minus 285 over Jessica I. I do see where I can pull it off, but it's so hard for me to bet against Macy, baby. She's brought in the money for the Rumboyz for so long. When it's a hot hand, we're gonna roll with the hot hand, and you're gonna see this through. You're gonna see this kind of repetitive as I continue. Uriah Hall versus Andre Munoz. That fight happening around about the 5:15 p.m. mark. This is the Mountain Time. Look, I'm taking the underdog in that at a plus 265 in Uriah Hall. I just feel like the man is a beast. The man is a rhinoceros to have to fight against. If I'm locked against a cage against Uriah Hall, I'm probably going to shit a brick right away. Versus Andre Munoz, where yes, Munoz is an amazing talent in the octagon. Uriah Hall just has that much more stopping power, and I'm gonna bring that one to stopping power versus the grappling. I don't think that one gets to the ground. Hall doesn't let it get to the ground. We're gonna skip the Tavares fight. We're gonna skip Ian Gary. We're skipping the Cerrone fight. It's if you want to make it a 7-leg card based off what I'm saying and add Miller over Cerrone, I have zero problems with that. Cerrone sitting at a plus 160, but at his age, this ain't there no more. It's made of glass, so his chin is made of glass. So if you want to take Jim Miller in that event at 6:45 Mountain Time, I have no problems with that. I just don't think that is smart money. The best thing is to probably just not play that at all. And if you do play that fight, then make it a single out of the several fights that I'm playing on this card. We are taking Sugar Sean O'Malley, baby. The skinny mini. We going with Sugar Sean. Listen, we're not the only Sugar Sean when he snapped his ankle.
One loss. That's his only loss.
Yeah, that's his only loss, and that's the only time that this company has lost money on Sugar Sean.
Yep.
And we've been betting on Sugar Sean since the beginning of time. So we're not. Yeah, we're at a minus 280. Dice, baby. It's obvious. Now here's where we start to mix things up because this line is even at a minus 110 between both fighters. We have Robbie Lawler versus Brian Barberena. We are taking the more experienced Lawler.
Ooh.
I know what some of you guys are thinking here. It's like, Robbie, you just talked about Cerrone and his age. Lawler doesn't give a fuck, and he walks into punches and still takes him and eats him. It's not like you're knocking Lawler out like that, because the chin is still there a little bit more than Cerrone, I feel.
And that fight that he had with Nick Diaz, that last fight, really showed Lawler's in it.
Gosh. Yeah, Lawler was in that one. We are taking Lawler at a minus 110. And again, in that match, both fighters are even. If I completely understand if you want to remove that fight from the 6-leg card and maybe make this card like a 5 or either replace it with the Cerrone fight and take Miller, that's completely fine. It's your card, okay? We're going to skip the Strickland and Pereira fight. Look, what's up? Yeah, that one's a toss-up. When you're looking at a minus 135 underdog, and this one just really honestly comes down to more so about the mathematics. When you're looking at a minus 135 underdog, and we're looking at a plus 115 in Pereira, Pereira can easily find a way to get Strickland on the ground in about that second round. Let Strickland kind of just gas himself out, and then you go to the ground. Pereira could probably get a winner there at plus 115. I just don't want to play those odds, so I don't think that you guys should either.
Is Pereira the only guy that beat Israel Adesanya in kickboxing? Is this not the same Pereira?
I will find out right now.
Because he's 34-5-1.
Yeah, 34-5-1. Yeah.
Well, I mean, he's age 34, but he's 5-1. He has the reach advantage, but I'm pretty sure they're grooming this guy to be the guy to face Izzy. So that
here's the thing with Alex Pereira. They've been putting him on more and more and more of these pay-per-view cards. I want to say the last like 3 they've really tossed him on.
Yep.
And then getting into the co-main event, this one's hard, but I feel like logically I have to go with Alex Volkanovski here at a -190 against Max Holloway at a +160. I have no problems if you hedge this fight. I have no problems if you place, 2 different cards with every other fight that I just mentioned, and this is the one fight on the 2 different cards that you hedge. Okay. Max Holloway can take damage. When you talk about a fighter that has heart and just purely doesn't give a fuck about you making contact with his face, with his ribs, with anything. I mean, we saw in 2020, he's literally, walking a guy down, and I want to say it might have been Volkanovski the first time, where he was like, "I'm the best fucking fighter in the UFC," and he's leaving his hands down. He's like, "What? What are you gonna do?" And he's just, so that one's tough. These two are facing each other again. I have no problems, and I don't recommend hedges often. I have no problems if you hedge that, and I think that that's a smart thing that you should do as a bettor. You're here to win money. You're not here to lose money, okay? Finally, we close it out with the main event. Now, if you want to just go out there, wait, really quick before I get into the main event, if you want to go out there with big balls and not fucking hedge a goddamn thing, that's fine, okay? I understand that. I have done that a lot in my betting career. At a -475 at the given moment, this line did just move from the time that I built this card. Izzy was a little bit less than a -475, sitting around about a 425. So this line has swung. It sounds like everyone right now is making their bets, just looking at the math, just looking at the way that lines have shifted. You're obviously going to take Adesanya at the -475. Look, I get Cannonier is a big dude. Again, going back to that rhinoceros reference, you ain't charging for it enough to fucking stop the style bender. He's called the last style bender for a reason. Did the Fire Nation beat Ang? Okay, then. All right. And again, this is at a +2260 odds at the given moment. So at the time of recording, if you are going back and watching this segment, again, we are at a +2260 odds. Our whole money line is O'Malley, Volkanovski, Adesanya, Uriah Hall, Macy Barber, Robbie Lawler. $10 is going to net us a gain of $2.36 and 3 pennies. Okay. If we want to play small, 5 can get $3.54 and a nickel. Hell, one. Hang on. I'm sorry. 5 gets us 118 and a penny. I apologize. I put too much into the thing. And just $1 bet, hey, it gets you $24. So $23.60 to be exact. All right. I'm gonna go ahead while we're here on air, and I wanted to go with the Looney's reference, but instead, fuck it, just so I can say this. I got 5 on it. Grab your 4. Let's get keyed. All right, I'm gonna throw 5 on it. I really want to do a 10. No, fuck it, I'll do a 10. Just I already said the line. I'll do a 10. Let's see if we can net that almost close to 240. I understand if you want to wait till the morning and place this, because just like stocks, right? The market's gonna move on this, okay? But other than that, that's what I have for UFC tomorrow. Anyone have anything else they want to add?
DraftKings, at least here in New York, has a Dan Lebitard 25% parlay boost.
There is a parlay boost, yes.
On Sean O'Malley, Alex Volkanovski, and Israel Adesanya winning money line, which I think is a fucking layup. I think all 3 of these guys are gonna come out and dominate. I'm a big believer that Volk is gonna beat Holloway, just because Volk is stepping up into that like rare breed of like elite.
Yeah, Volk has gotten it.
He wants to champ if he wins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, look, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's gonna be popping. It's 4th of July weekend. We're gonna go ahead and get into some outros. Should I go top to bottom? Yeah, because it comes back to me at the end, so that makes sense. I mean, either way, it doesn't make sense. Mike, start us off. Fuck it.
I'm going to keep it short and sweet. You can find me at Drop the Mic FF. You can find me here on Friday nights, every other Tuesday at Going for Two Live. Other than that,
Wait, is that the same guy that beat Adesanya before?
yes.
Yep.
It is. Okay.
And the other thing I will add before I throw it to Pat, the one non-money line bet that I would make, because I agree about Volko going to win. He's a favorite, but I would even go, it's only plus 100, but I'd still do it, even money, plus 100 that Volko wins by decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that goes to decision. I think that you're not knocking out Max Holloway. Like, fuck, dude. Like, you want to talk about chins? Like chin and chin, like Crimson Chin, Timmy Turner
Crimson Chin.
Bro.
Not ready for that.
Pat, let's go.
You can find me at St. Patrick FF on Twitter, and right here on the Rumboyz.
Go ahead, Pang.
There we go.
You can catch me on Rumboyz every Friday, or at least most Fridays. Been better about it lately. Catch my articles at fantasy6pack.net. And now that I'm also part of the other team, Stochastic, which used to be known as Awesomeo, I am now freelancing their best ball content too, so you can catch it there. My first article is not even started or pending, so we'll see where that goes. But they accepted me and let me announce it, so we're good to go. It is official. So formerly Awesomeo, now Stochastic. It's good shit.
Nice.
Go Pang.
Yes, hell yes. Fucking mad love to Pang.
Don't follow me at FTLS. Don't do it, because I'm telling you, it's usually I'm drinking and I'm drunk when I text and I tweet. Don't do it. Don't follow me. But if you do, follow me at FTLS_JBats. You can follow me at Fantasy Coaches now on Monday nights, and you can catch me on It's a Vibe on Wednesdays. And every once in a while, I'll dip my toes in the water or Rumboyz After Dark when they let me out of my cage and I can be a little wild. So
no, when Megan lets you out of your cage.
Exactly. when the boss lets me out of my cage. But otherwise, everybody, I love all of you so much. This was so fun. And it's just a great time hanging out with y'all.
So
go ahead, Taco.
First and foremost, happy Bobby Bonilla Day to all you Met fans out there. I got to get my little shots in when I can.
Yeah.
You can catch me at TDS Taco. I'm mainly on Twitter right now. I haven't jumped back into the content game yet. I'm just gearing up for 4th of July weekend. Once we really start getting into redraft season, I'm gonna put out some content. I'm gonna have some stuff going for y'all. But one last thing before I let you go, because we've been talking this UFC. There's another parlay boost that they have at DraftKings, the People's Parlay. It's 50% boost. Izzy versus Cannonier under 4.5 rounds. Strickland money line and Volk versus Holloway going to decision. I think that's a pretty interesting one that I'm thinking about putting some money on too.
Yeah.
And again, that's a boost that's coming out from DraftKings, at least over here in New York area. So I think
that's that one's Northern Nationwide.
Yeah, I think that's an interesting one where I'm like, damn, I might.
No, that one will hit. That one will hit, and those type of boosts usually don't.
Those are big boy.
That
boosts.
one will hit. Yeah, that one will hit. So make sure you guys definitely take that 25%. Speaking of percentages, look, you've been seeing the ticker at the bottom all night long. Okay, I can't wait till the ticker comes back for this upcoming football season, because we're just going to have scores for each game going at the bottom. But y'all been seeing the promo code at the bottom of the ticker all motherfucking night long. Yo, promo code Rumboyz. There are not a whole lot of podcasts out there, YouTube channels, et cetera, that have all 22 promo codes. We're one of like maybe 20.
Many.
Yeah. Yo, you need to take advantage of this. You need to take advantage of what the Rumboyz are providing you in terms of value. 40% off, all 22. If you really think that you're a fucking guru at fantasy football,
challenge me.
Like, for real, this is dope. This is the format. Like, this is the format that you really need to do it. Like,
beat me in all 22. Prove to me. You want to talk shit.
Even if your other podcasts, come put your money where your mouth is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Beat me in
straight
all
up.
22. Let's go.
Like I don't care if you know regular fucking fantasy football at this point. All 22 is a product that is here And honestly, I think it's here. I don't even think I know that it's going to be here to stay. All the aspects of the game that you were missing out on and affected your regular teams. Now's the time to get skin on that. Those thick sixes. Shout out to Matty Kroll. Those crazy Johnny Hecker punts. Those Micah Parsons sacks. If you weren't playing IDP, being able to build a secondary, it's time for you to be a real fantasy GM. Promo code Rumboyz, all22.com, powered by PFF. Motherfucker, get with or get lost. They trusted us to do this damn thing. Hey, we appreciate y'all. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. Motherfucker. Happy 4th of July, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do? Dilly dilly.
Happy 4th.
Woo woo.
Thanks for the guys that stuck around.
Woo woo woo.
If there's one play that sums up the New York Jets, this one has to be it. This Patriot's winning off the edge. This Jets lineman is probably holding. There's a Patriot charging up the middle at Zach with no blocking at all. This Jets dude is being pancaked on the ground. We have these two idiots staring at each other like, yo, what are we doing? I don't know, let's just stand here. We have 78 touching his own lineman. On top of that, we have 2 receivers with 0 separation, and the cherry on top has to be Zach Wilson throwing this pick. And Corey Davis has no hops.
Yeah, she went viral last